afternoon. I'm Tyler Danberg. The last major of golf's calendar year is underway. Sung J M and Daniel Brown share the lead after shooting a 4 under 66 in round one of the Open Championship from Royal Birkdale in Southport, England. NHL, the league announced each team's home opener Tuesday, with the Blue Jackets hosting the Sabres on Thursday, October 1st. The rest of the slate will be announced today at 1, featuring an expanded 84-game schedule with 2 additional divisional games for each team. The season will open play Tuesday, September 29th. Baseball, Reds and Guardians are still on All-Star break. Cincinnati starts the second half Friday at Colorado at 8:40, while Cleveland hosts Pittsburgh at 7:10. This update sponsored by Germain Toyota. For unbeatable service and sales, visit Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road, or online at germaintoyota.net. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
It's time to add some spice to your nooner. Nooner funny. This is the place where big-time guests, bold opinions, and little cute doggies come together. This is Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus, the #1 rated windows and doors in Columbus.
All right, here we go. Big Thursday for you. Rothman and Ice. Anthony Rothman, Matty Ice Hayes, and the Loose Cannon. Boys, how we feeling?
What up, what up? I'm feeling good. Feeling good.
You should be.
Why's that?
Because this is the day before the run.
Oh, I thought you were going to say because we're getting your top 10 movie list today.
No.
Which is absolutely going to make my day and everybody's day.
That.
We gave you 2 days.
Yeah, I know.
A day and a half.
But no one could pick their top 10 and be done.
You can't be the movie guru and not give the people what they want. The streets need an Anthony Rothman top 10 movie list. We need it.
It's bad. It's bad because...
It can't be bad. It's your list.
It's bad not because they won't be well-known movies, and maybe there's an obscure one in there, but it's to cut it off at 10. It's just because then do you have to have a comedy in there? Do you have to have a drama in there? Do you have to have a horror movie?
You have to have whatever you want.
I don't want whatever I want. I don't want it. All right, maybe we'll filter a few out. So we'll have Sam Monson on today at 1 o'clock from Check the Mic podcast and find out a couple different things in the NFL that's bouncing around in my head. We'll have our friend Joe DeLeon, Ponce de Leon.
Let's go.
We'll be discovering things with him, A to Z Sports, a little NFL draft, find out what he thinks of some Buckeyes this year, and eventually they'll get into the league. We'll do a Gold Jacket Thursday and visit with Dan Fouts, the legendary quarterback, at 2:30. And we'll get into the Open Championship, or as the way most people refer to it as the British Open, and the fact that,
What if I was trying to be cool with the golf guys, what should I say?
The Open Championship.
Okay.
I mean, because it bounces around.
So
England,
if I say the British Open, they're going to cringe.
Yeah.
If I say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know about cringe. Like I said, that's the only way it's been referred to for years. And then this is in, I don't know where, Royal Birkdale. So,
okay.
It's England?
I'm pretty sure that's where it's at. Yeah.
So Liverpool, Blackpool, Leeds.
Who's winning the Super Bowl?
Brad Friedel.
Liverpool.
Maybe I can get Brad Friedel to commentate for us. With his American English accent, which is amazing. And I do believe if I moved to London for years, or...
You think you'd have one in time?
I'd probably want to.
I think.
Sir Paul, who's going to win? Liverpool. All right.
I love the excitement in your voice, man.
I was asking who was going to win between the Niners and the Chiefs.
He's like, I don't care about them.
Do you know what game you're going to?
Talking about the real football in his mind. You know what, AR? You just said something that I think I would partake as well.
Yeah.
I think maybe a year in,
you would start
to look around, maybe practice at the crib first.
You're hearing it every day.
Yeah.
So
why not?
It's like learning a language. I think that if you didn't know how to speak Italian or whatever, and we dropped you in there, I don't know how many years it would take if you didn't actually take a class.
Right.
But if we just dropped you in there.
In Italy?
In Italy for, what's the over-under on when you think, not fluently,
okay,
like where you could have major conversations, but where you could function just speaking the language.
Without reading, without
bathroom,
anything online, like anything like that. This is just...
Ordering a meal.
I'd probably need a year and a half.
That's pretty good.
Probably need a year and a half.
I was going to say about 3.5.
Okay.
Before you felt really comfortable of, I'm good.
I just think basic stuff I could get probably done in a year and a half.
Yeah.
But the English accent, like I've always been like, Idris Elba, it's always a guy I've looked at and be like, I wouldn't mind being him, right? Great career.
Buongiorno.
Doing movies and TV. He's got the accent as well. Like, yes, that always plays. Exactly. Always plays.
Yeah, I think I could get through like the please and thank you and somehow function, and make it in a year and a half. But 3.5, I feel like probably not coming back.
I've made some solo trips for vacations by myself. I don't know if I'd feel comfortable going out of the country by myself. That seems like a little too dicey
we'll send
for
Liam
me.
Neeson to come get you. You'll be fine. Just let us know
Send
what's
him a
going
text,
on.
but find my boy Matty Ice. Where the hell is he?
You're going to be taken. I'll be there in about 8 hours.
Did you see, and I know we got the open on right now.
Oh, no. I got something for you on that, but go ahead.
Okay, I think you probably know what I'm about to bring up here. I think the best thing I've seen today in the golf world is Jerry Rice hunting down a heckler. Have you seen that?
Wait.
So Jerry Rice, I don't know where he's at. TMZ put it out this morning. I don't know if he's at some golf event or whatever, but he's on the tee box.
He's at the American Century.
Is that where he's at?
Yeah.
Okay. So someone yells something at him.
Okay.
He turns around, asks where the guy is, and does not a full sprint, but I would say a 3/4 sprint over to this guy. And then the video cuts off, but you can hear Jerry as he's jogging over there say, where is he? Where is he? So now we need to know what Jerry Rice did when he ran that guy down. We need part 2 of the movie.
I haven't seen it or heard about it.
It's hilarious.
But I'm guessing that it was all for a little bit of fun. Am I wrong?
Who knows? That's what I'm saying. I don't know if Jerry was.
What did the guy say?
I couldn't make it out in the video. Can't
Was
make
it
it out
in the
video.
middle of his swing or before or after?
I would say it was like right before
Because if it was
takeoff.
so it was middle of the
kind of
swing.
downswing. Yeah.
Okay, find him.
Yeah.
Find him and get him out of here. Sam
That's
Weiss.
what I'm saying.
Point him out. Get him out of here.
We need the other
You
video.
don't live in Cleveland. You live in Cincinnati.
I think if he would have put the pause on this guy, we would have heard about this. We're seeing that by now. Reports coming out of that tournament that he beat up the guy or whatever. He probably just went over there and, verbally just shredded him. But you got to NFL
63 though.
arguably the best receiver ever. Just still running routes, man. Hunting people down. Now it's just on golf courses. Where is he?
This can't. This is not the first time Jerry Rice has encountered issues at the American Century Championship. He told a reporter, quote, "I will blank you up," after being asked in 24 about the Chiefs receivers during a practice round. What?
Jerry's always on one. So I guess someone yelled 4. The heckler yelled 4, and this was
I should have yelled 2.
right after the swing. Did you done the Rocky voice there? Was a little Rocky there?
No, I was trying to do a little bit of Dangerfield, but it didn't
Okay,
come out
I heard a little Rocky. Because you have a good Rocky,
because
too.
it's not about how hard you hit.
Yeah.
It's about how hard you could get
There we
hit
go.
and keep moving forward.
There we go.
That's how winning's done.
Good stuff. So you think maybe this was a bit of a skit here? That Jerry's in on this?
No, I don't think it was premeditated. I think he may have just been having fun with trying to find the guy. Like, I don't think it's... I could be wrong.
Who
We'll find
knows?
out. All right.
Who knows? But Jerry's also a guy. He's been known, right, to just randomly wedding crash. Remembering that correctly, where there's been a couple stories where Jerry Rice has just popped up at random weddings. I swear we've talked about that over the last couple of years. So Jerry is just outside doing whatever he wants. I think he's a real-life wedding crasher. Jerry Rice.
I saw, so speaking of the Open, Bryson DeChambeau is playing pretty well. I think he shot 3 under. Yeah, 367. And at first, there were people reporting that it was 5 straight major championship rounds where he has not talked to the assembled media.
Good.
Good?
Good.
Really?
Dig in. Why not?
All right. What, only on his channel he can talk?
That's right.
If you want to hear what I have to say about my round,
Come
go to
over
my
here.
channel.
Absolutely.
All right. I didn't think you'd have that reaction. I was like, all right, you shot -3. You're in a major. You're back from live. They've allowed you to kind of at least play in these things.
I think we're living in a world where we have too much access to athletes now. We know too much about these guys.
You don't
and
like
gals.
the in-game interviews and all that?
I don't. The baseball ones drive me nuts. I don't like them. But between that
With the
stuff,
managers or the players?
both.
They don't do the players in real games.
They've done them on ESPN. Yeah, I've seen them a few times. Yeah, they'll do it for like a whole inning. Mm-hmm. Guys out there in left field or whatever talking to who's doing Carl Ravitch and that crew.
Bryson told the RNA he was not doing any media, print or TV. They asked if he'd answer some pre-submitted questions. All questions must be submitted in writing from one of their staff, and he agreed to that.
Okay. I guess he's an interesting cat.
Well, I don't know if it's understandable on why he's upset with the media, and maybe some other people, maybe he's got some specific people, but I don't know. I just, life's pretty good for the dude.
He's made a ton of
all
money.
That money. He's getting to play in majors. He
always seems to be a little prickly or, feels like he's the smartest guy in the room.
I was always Team Bryson when it came to Brooks that whole summer. Where Brooks was just clowning him and just, I was on his side. And now he does this
to me? Feel like after the TV production that they participated in, that the ramp up to the TV production was all BS? Did you feel that way coming out of it? Like the beef may be too strong, but for this conversation, the beef between the two at the time felt real, but then we got to that and it was like, okay.
It was real. But as I said that day, and I'll say it again, this wasn't a boxing match. They weren't two golfers that were going to get in the ring.
That'd be fun.
This was two golfers that were going to, guess what? Go play golf. Unless one of them tried to helicopter a club at the other guy, then it was never going to get to where we needed it to go.
Oh, man.
Anyway, he won the 24 Open, U.S. Open, and he was at the top of his game, and then Live Golf and all that. And
he's in good shape right now after one round. Good shape right now after one round.
I think he was like 50 or 70 to 1 going into this.
Adam King's boy's up there on the leaderboard.
Yeah, that's
Bob
right.
McIntyre.
The household name of
Bobby
Robert McIntyre. Is that 3 words? Might be.
Yeah.
All right. When we come back, the Buckeyes taking the league by storm. We'll tell you what that means next. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
A lot has changed in 30 years, but we're still that old shoe that feels worn in and well-loved. And, well, we smell a little, but you've accepted that. The Fan.
Stay hydrated. It's hot out there. So my teenage son just went out in sweatpants and a hoodie. It's 98 degrees. At least I know he'll be cool in our house, thanks to Atlas Butler. If something goes wrong, they'll fix it within 24 hours. They call it their comfort pledge. Get too hot?
My phone.
Oh, your phone. Should have known.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Hey, it's Anthony Rothman, and for the longest time, I figured the less I did, the less I'd hurt. Well, I figured wrong. Something always happens, and when it does, I've always gone to Orthopedic One, Central Ohio's most trusted orthopedic practice. They rank #1 in Ohio and top 5 in the nation for orthopedics. So whether you're struggling with ongoing pain or facing a sudden orthopedic injury, you can always schedule an appointment directly with their physicians. No referral required. Start with the specialists. Start at orthopedic1.com.
The buzz is real at Zoombezi Bay's award-winning conservation tower. 3 all-new water slides. 1 thrilling experience. Make your splash at ZoombeziBay.com.
How many of you have had your garage floor done? I'll wait for the answer. Yeah, that's enough. How many of you think it looks like crap? That's because it is crap. One quick call to Comer & Cross Concrete Floor Coatings at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, and they can install a gleaming new Comer & Cross garage floor in 1 day. A Comer & Cross garage floor is the gold standard. It's like pulling into a new car showroom every night. And here's the best part. It is guaranteed your garage floor will never chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. And listen, you lazy bum, they'll even take the stuff out of the garage for you. They're all certified uniform pros, no subcontractors at Comer & Cross. This is a premier product with premier results, and they hired a premier endorser to tell you about it. For your quick and easy Comer & Cross garage floor quote, call 1-800-NEW-FLOOR now. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, or go to comercross.com, COMER cross.com.
It's 2026, the year you achieve your health goals. The Good Feet store
Power wants to help. Trade in your bad feet for good feet. We want to help you walk, run, exercise, and play in comfort this year. Visit the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road at Grove City.
Scotty Vegas here, and my new Bronco from Krieger Ford might go down as one of my best purchases of all time. I love it. The family loves it. I decided to get my wife's car some much-needed service. Krieger Ford conveniently picked up her car. I was prepared to spend a ton on repairs. Nope. They walked me through the problems, and it was fixed and brought back to our driveway in a day. Plus, saved me some money for some summertime parlays. The Krieger Ford experience is awesome. See for yourself at KriegerFord.com.
What defines Ohio? A place that dares to go first and never looks back. There's no slowing us down. In Ohio, we're powering America, discovering breakthroughs, driving the future, propelling tomorrow. At Jobs Ohio, our mission is clear. Strengthen job opportunities and empower Ohio's workforce. Ohio, our time is now. See Ohio's momentum at jobsohio.com/Ohio's time.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, commercial properties. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Have you ever met a man who wins money betting on tennis? Enter Scotty Vegas. Join Scotty and Dave Biddle for On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
Sunday mornings at 9 on The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We have hazy and humid conditions for today. That wildfire smoke in Canada still overhead today, giving us a milky sky. Highs reach the mid-90s with a feels like in the upper 90s. Very slight chance of a shower popping up today. For your Friday, hazy once again. We'll see highs around 90. There may be a few showers and storms developing later in the day as well. For the Fan, I'm 10 Weather Impact meteorologist Justin Gertz.
Just when you thought afternoons couldn't get any dumber.
You fellas been doing a bit of boozing, have you?
Common Man and Timmy.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
Your home for dumb. The Fan. The best bet on the radio. This is Rothman and Ice.
All right, we talk a lot of football here. Why not? Of course we do. We love it. And it's been a conveyor belt of talent to the pros from Ohio State, especially at the receiver position. And full disclosure, I think maybe 15, 20 years ago, I'm not even sure anyone anticipated this. You had great players, don't get me wrong, and you can go through the eras and all of them, and I covered them, and it was a great time when we did our, best four if we had to pick four, and certainly you could try to compile it with physicality and speed and talent and height and all that. And we kind of did that, whether you want to take, the brute power of a David Boston and the speed of a Terry Glenn and the hands of a Chris Carter. Like, you could go through it all.
You got plenty of options. Plenty of options.
But it always felt like, to me, that it was never this after this, after this guy, after this guy. And maybe sometimes they're even grouped together. Like, there were great receiving trios and tight ends and that Ohio State's always had. But when we think about the eras, it was always like, okay, this guy from this year to this year, and Terry Glenn, 93 to 95, and all, and it seems like now when, and I kind of started thinking about, because we do fantasy, and I started thinking about JSN and Olave and Emeka and Garrett and Marvin and now Carnell, and who else am I missing? Am I missing anybody there? Oh, will you grant me Jamison Williams? I don't.
You know what? That's always an interesting one with Jamison Williams really. and Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Like that. Those are always interesting. But yeah, I think the way it ended, he's an Alabama guy, and then obviously Burrow with what they did in 2019. He's an LSU guy with the way that it ended.
Yeah. So in the modern era, because back then, listen, you also had great running backs, and the Big Ten was very physical.
Mm-hmm.
And while it has evolved. And even back in the 90s, I mean, Bob Hoyne was throwing the ball, and they were a very balanced, in the air and on the ground type of team. But, during Eddie's time, it was an Orlando Pace. It was line them up and roll them. And now it is almost like the pass feeds the run.
Things have evolved, man. Things have evolved, especially when you just look at your ability to be a quick strike offense when you have playmakers like this, right? Like we saw last year. You mentioned Carnell Tate. The combination with he and Jeremiah Smith was really lethal, and Carnell's ability to make those big plays downfield, right? Like those big time catches, 20, 30 yards plus. He was absolutely cooking with that. And so, yeah, just the list goes on, and it's translating into the NFL for the majority of these guys fairly quickly, too. That's the other part that you sell to these recruits, guys coming out of the portal, the high school guys. As you come into this Ohio State factory, the wide receiver position is well taken care of, obviously, along with a whole bunch of other spots. But that's kind of the brand, right? Outside of Ohio State, it's wide receiver U. And Ohio State and LSU always fighting for that crown. But all these guys, young guys, are watching these guys go out and ball out at the highest of levels. And JSN goes absolutely crazy last year, wins Offensive Player of the Year, and then wins a Super Bowl and all of that. And so you touched on Chris Olave, and the NFL is rolling out their top 100 list voted on by the players. And we found out today that Chris Olave comes in at 64. And I think he quietly had one of the stronger seasons of any playmaker in the NFL last year. And nobody really talked about it much because the Saints weren't very good. They finished strong. They won 4 or 5. But Olave finished the year top 10 in the NFL in receptions, yards, and touchdowns. And so that was great. The body of work was strong. Last 3 games for Chris Olave, 24 catches, 352, and 4 touchdowns. So that's awesome, right? You look at the chemistry there he's got with Tyler Shuck. They now add Jordan Tyson to this. And if he can stay healthy, there's some people that thought he was the number 1 receiver in the class. You kind of look at the Saints and where they're at with Chris Olave being the big dog outside. Might be a team that surprises us this year if Tyler Shuck is for real.
The guy I didn't mention was Terry. So McLaurin was the other one. And he's as electric as anybody in that league right now. He can be counted on. And this is a league that, and we'll talk about it a little later, that had Michael Thomas, 15 years ago or 10, 12 years ago.
What happened?
And, injuries and just, the fact that he was the leading receiver on he was the leader on the championship team? I'd have to go back for Ohio State and see, but he was, second round pick though is my point, that it wasn't a lock first round draft pick. He wasn't one of those guys. While he was very, very good, it's one of those where he became one of the best receivers of the NFL very early in his career.
Yeah, he did.
I think injuries kind of
for sure that played a factor, and then it felt like the relationship between Michael Thomas and the Saints and all of that was just fractured, and it got to a point to where it felt like there was just no coming back. And so he's been out of sight, out of mind. Last time he played was in 2023. So it's been a few years. You talk about Michael Thomas right out of the gate. He and Drew Brees were on one. Like, he was just everything. First season in the league, 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns. Just right away, success for Michael Thomas. And that's what these Ohio State receivers are showing, is that we're ready to go right out of the gate. And it's not going to surprise me at all if Carnell Tate really pops, because I like that Cam Ward's going into year 2 right now, right? If it were both rookies trying to figure it out, I like that the quarterback's taking one lap around the track. He's got one all season to get right, because I think Cam Ward is going to figure it out and be a dude in this league. And Carnell Tate's walking into a situation where he's going to see a bunch of targets and really have a chance to make a big-time name for himself in year 1.
Yeah, when you're talking about drafting fantasy, it is all about targets. It is. But my tiebreaker sometimes is offenses that have red zone at bats and can touchdowns are the great equalizer in fantasy football. And that's why, even though there are guys like I saw some fantasy drafts lately where people were kind of touting like Casey Concepcion and some Browns, and I'm thinking, okay, yeah, but the quarterback thing is so unsettled. And then how good is the offense really going to be? And how many touchdowns are they going to score? And it's like, yeah, I don't think I could lean that way.
It's a late dart throw in your fantasy draft, late in the draft. One of your last 2 picks for me, like the only fantasy options for Cleveland that I would feel good about right now is Harold Fannin and Quinshawn. Yep. And Quinshawn's a bit of a question just because he's coming back from injury. Real quick, because you mentioned targets, and I got the Michael Thomas stuff in front of me. Here are the first 4 years for him when it comes to targets. 122, 149, 147, and in 2018, 185.
Does.
You talk about living a dream as a receiver? That's what you want.
Indoors.
Yes, with
Mostly
Drew Brees.
with him.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it had to be the injuries.
Yeah.
It was a lot. And then he had a real contentious relationship with the Saints at the end. We'll talk about him in a little bit, maybe in the second hour. I was looking at some drafts, and I'm starting to think of, like, if you ranked the Buckeyes right now in the NFL receiving, I'd probably
JSN?
JSN's number one for sure.
Okay.
Like, he may be the number one overall pick.
Mm-hmm.
So JSN, but here's where I was having trouble. I feel like I would draft a Mecca before Olave. And I feel I would do that because of Evans being gone.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Godwin's there.
The risk is Baker, and if something doesn't go
I don't think Baker's
right,
a risk in my mind. Like,
I mean, a risk in that he's not holding out, obviously, so.
Yeah, because he told him what?
Yeah, so we're good there.
Yeah.
But I think I would take, and then Terry. So it's Terry, Emeka, and Olave, and I'm on the board, and I have to take one receiver.
I would feel a little better about Emeka, and here's why.
That's where I am.
I like that Jaden Daniels is back, but Jaden Daniels coming back can take food off the plate of other offensive playmakers because of his rushing ability. And it sounds like Washington's going to add a receiver. Doesn't look like it's going to be Brandon Ayuk anymore. Like, he's just, I don't know. He's losing his mind. The dude is just losing his mind right now. So Terry McLaurin, I think, is set up for a massive target share, but Emeka with Baker, I would feel a touch better about.
The Chris Olave situation is about durability.
Like concussions.
You're just not sure there. But that's a risk with some guys. But
all these
him,
guys are risk in this sport.
They are, but his is maybe a little more than the others.
I agree.
And I would grab Emeka first. I'd probably go JSN, Emeka. Probably go. Here's the other tough one. Well, we didn't lead. We didn't allow me to have Jameson Williams. So I would probably go Emeka, then Olave. And I'm trying, because Garrett Wilson is very attractive, but we don't know the quarterback situation you can't really count on that.
It's Geno. He's back. If you believe that the situation was such a mess in Las Vegas last year that led to his
I'm going to take
demise.
Terry first. I'm going to take Terry ahead of Garrett.
Yeah.
And then I'll take Garrett. And then I'll take...
You haven't mentioned Marvin yet.
No, I think he's last.
Oof.
I think Carnell's ahead of him.
I don't think I could do that right out of the gate.
Not yet?
Not right out of the gate. Not right out of the gate.
Wow. That's what's going on in Arizona.
They don't have a quarterback right now.
That's right.
They have quarterbacks, but the guy, Jacoby Brissett's asking for a new deal. It'd be interesting to see if Carson Beck gets any run out there this year.
Speaking of the best quarterbacks and situations in the NFL, it was ranked. And if something goes wrong, which room is situated the best? We'll reveal that next in 2 minutes. Rothman Ice and the Fan. Everybody thinks they're a great driver. Outlaw Motor Speedway gives you the chance to prove it. Experience professional racing simulators, full motion rigs, and some of the world's iconic tracks right here in Grandview. Race your friends, join a league, or bring the office out for an unforgettable corporate event. And when the checkered flag drops, keep the night going with great food and drinks here or next door at Agave and Rye. Then climb back in the driver's seat and see who's got what it takes. Book your race today at outlawsimracing.com.
There's this thing repair people do nowadays.
Mappo's Plumbing. Sure. We do have a dispatch fee. It's $1 zillion.
A dispatch fee, a trip charge, going out to your house bill.
Bippity Bing Bong Electrical. Our trip charge is a nice new car.
But not Apex Pros, the pros who knows. When you call Apex for repairs on your AC, plumbing, or electric, there's no dispatch fee.
Thank you for calling Apex Pros. Why would we? Kinda silly to ask for money before we do anything, isn't it?
We give you an upfront price only after we know what's really going on. We think it's the right thing to do, instead of...
Slappy's AC, electric, plumbing, dry cleaning, haberdashery, and chiropractic. Of course we charge to come out. $1 kajillion, 3 diamond rings, and 2 exotic pets.
Apex Pros. Never a dispatch fee. Examples of competitive rates may have been slightly exaggerated.
Columbus loves Apex Pros. The pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. My best advice to you when hiring a lawyer for your injury case is simple. If you know court personnel, ask them who they'd hire. They know. If you know an insurance adjuster, ask them. They know. And then ask them about us. Ask them about Morgan & Morgan. They know. I look forward to talking to you soon. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm for the people.
Injured? Dial pound law.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Rothman Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
The perfect ratio of sports talk, dogs, pro wrestling, and gambling advice.
It's science.
You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
Saw that Mahomes was talking about being ready for week one and how much. He didn't guarantee it, though, did he?
I didn't hear a guarantee. I did see, though, throughout OTAs and minicamp, him out there looking pretty darn good. Now, obviously, he's not, getting hit or chased down or anything like that, but from everything that I've read and heard about their all season, it sounds like there's a decent level of confidence that 15 is going to be out there week one. Who's going to play week one? Do you know off the top of your head?
Top of my head, no.
Kansas City,
Denver?
week one.
No.
It is.
It's not Denver, is it?
Yeah, it's home against Denver on Monday night.
Okay. Oh, huge. So this is expected. This is what he would say. He was on Yahoo Sports Daily. Mahomes discussed the rehab. And he said, the chance of starting the season on time, quote, that's my goal, obviously. I've said that since the beginning, is being ready to go week one. I can't predict the future, and I know that it's a long process. It's not just my decision, but at the same time, I'm going to give the doctors and the coaches every single opportunity I can to let me be out there week one. So let's read into that for a second. If he felt great, I mean great, unless he's just building drama a little bit and he knows he'll be there and he just wants to leave himself a little bit of an out if something happens in training camp, and obviously this goes without saying that nothing would have to happen in training camp that sets him back and that he wouldn't be playing. But my feeling is that if he says it's not just my decision, I would think of all guys in the world who said I'm playing. Now, if the doctors clear him, then it's your decision. Is that what he means?
The
doctors have to clear him?
My reaction to that is I think he probably has a nice amount of respect for the doctors and Andy Reid and all those people that are going to weigh in on this, and he probably didn't want to come up publicly and say, hey, it doesn't matter what anybody says, I'm playing. Regardless, that's my feel on it, is that, you know what, probably worked with these people for some years. I trust them and I respect them. And if they feel good about it and I feel good, let's rock and roll. But we know how players can get, right? Like, if they feel really good and the doctors are telling them no, that can get a little dicey. And especially when you're in a situation as a doctor where it's the star player of the team. Like, we were talking about something similar with Jackson Dart. Remember where Brian Daboll went over to that doctor in the blue tent and it looked like he was ripping the guy and wanted Jackson Dart back in the game? Those situations are tough for doctors and trainers. And so hopefully that doesn't happen with Mahomes. But I don't think they're going to have to worry about it because I do think he's going to be out there on versus Denver on Monday night.
When full Apollo, get out of that chair, chump, and let's finish this fight right now. He was in the blue tent. Now, he could claim at the time that he was looking for an answer, that he wasn't dictating an answer.
I don't think that was the case.
I wonder if he just went in the tent and was like, all right, give me a yes or no. I've got to know what I'm doing. Like, I wonder if it was more that than he's playing.
We'll never know.
I don't think so.
I think it was the latter. Get his butt back out there on the field. I need him. My job's on the line. And Jackson Dart is my best chance to keep my job. That's how I'm always going to believe that.
I'm not going to believe. I believe that it was more of a stern, I need to know what's going on.
You missed 4 straight games, Darius Garland. Limp your ass out there no matter which way you got to do it.
Thanks, Stephen A.
Just limp
Stephen
on
A. is
out there.
never allowed to be sick the rest of his life after saying that. No, honestly. He's never allowed to be sick the rest of his life. If you ever find out that he misses a segment, a show, can't go cover something because he has explosive something, forget it. You're going. Strap on a diaper. Like, honestly.
I would love to hear his response to what you just said.
Well, if he said that, now his reasoning would be, oh, this is a professional quarterback and he gets paid millions.
Well, Stephen A., you're getting paid reportedly $20 million a year.
Right.
Yeah.
Bam. If this is about money, equal to equal, apples to apples as far as your industry, if you're the tops in your industry, like where would Stephen A. be ranked in the top 32 of people that cover sports?
Probably top 5.
Okay, Jackson Dart isn't. And he just told him to limp his... So my point is it has to be equal.
Oh, man. That's fair.
He can't.
That's
he can
fair.
never be sick. You have to find a way to go out there and talk. Weekend at Bernie's this thing. Just have wires, whatever. All right, so the reason I brought up Mahomes is that CBS Sports ran a deal on the best and worst quarterback situations amongst the NFL teams this year and who may be mostly prepared and unprepared if things happen and all that. And so there's different criteria for a lot of this, but when the backup has to come in, so it says, let's deal with this. The NFL teams have the best quarterback situations. They break down the quarterback rooms. And the number one quarterback room.
I haven't seen this yet. So this is obviously the weight of the starter and the backup.
Start with the worst. That may be easier for you to predict.
Yeah. The worst quarterback
I'll give you one. I'll give you the freebie for putting your name on the test.
Okay.
Kansas City is the third best in the league. Third best.
With Justin Fields behind him.
Yes.
And I think it's a good spot for Justin.
And we don't have to go 4 deep, but they did.
Okay, so
Garrett Nussmeier and Chris Oladokin.
Okay.
So
they have the third best quarterback situation. I'm trying to think
even though they've been averaging fewer points and fewer passing yards for the past few years. And there's no more Tyreek Hill. Travis, as we know, is older. And it didn't stop the Chiefs from getting to the Super Bowl 3 straight years, though. And then they've had Kenny Walker, though. I think that's like maybe a very unsung signing. I know it's a running back, and he's coming off one of a massive year. But being involved in the passing game with a quarterback coming off an ACL, that may be one of the best signings.
It's going to be a fun watch to see what he can do, because a few years ago, when Isaiah Pacheco was at his peak, we saw what that can do for that offense, right? You have to bring maybe an extra guy down in the box or whatever. That can open things up for Mahomes and company to do things through the air. And I like what you said, because coming off the injury, you want to protect him a little bit with the run game. He ran the rock way too much last year, Pat Mahomes, because he was probably like, I just have to do this because there's no other pathway for us offensively right now because the run game isn't there. And so that was tough for them. But, yeah, that makes sense to me. When you talk about the other teams probably in the top 3, I'm caught up in the backups, like who they perceive as strong backups.
You should be caught up in that because that's kind of where their criteria went. But I think you'd be surprised at who they have as the best.
The best quarterback situation in my mind.
Because I'm going to read you something while you're thinking about that.
I have a guess.
This says the quarterback room is more than just the starter. Half of the starting quarterbacks around the NFL can't stay healthy for a full year. And it's up to the backup to come in and guide the offense. The Indianapolis Colts weren't prepared for when Daniel Jones went down and it sank their season. Okay. Meanwhile, this team fared just fine when their starter was forced to miss some time.
That's San Francisco then. Mac Jones.
That's what I was
That's why I think it's surprising. I don't think people would have said it is San Francisco, but I don't think people view it like that because Purdy's such a great story, being Mr. Irrelevant in the 22 draft. But you're right. They've got Mac Jones, and he kind of found his way. Shanahan's a big part of that. He stepped in. He was 5-3 as a starter. He upset the Rams on a Thursday night.
That's right.
Like it's honestly, I didn't really recall that. When they dropped San Fran as the number one quarterback situation room in the league, I didn't think.
I just remember a lot of the chatter about Mac Jones, right? In the topic of is Brock Purdy in trouble? Should they go another route?
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember those conversations being had, so that's why that makes sense after you read it that it would be San Francisco. So we've got 1 and 3 being San Francisco and Kansas City. Now we need 2.
They're gonna favor backup quarterbacks who used to be starters.
Yeah.
And Buffalo has one.
Used to be a starter.
I'm assuming he's still there, so I could be incorrect about that.
I'm actually going to guess that 2 is Burrow and Flacco.
Interesting.
Who is Buffalo's backup? Remind me real quick.
Kyle Allen?
I thought it was Trubisky.
Where is Trubisky?
It is Cincinnati because of Flacco. So it's what you said with the backup quarterback being a starter. He's a former MVP.
Let me get my theme music,
and we've
dog.
seen it.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, he's calling for
Let me
the
get my theme music. You know, I got it right. I need it.
Okay. I missed
That makes sense to me. Like
arms
that's
crossed. Not
Mac
pushing
Jones,
buttons.
Flacco. We've seen them step in over the last couple of years and do some solid things, and so that makes sense to me. Connected to Purdy and Joe Burrow, I get that.
Fifth best quarterback situation.
That's Buffalo. Oh wait, did we skip over 4?
We did skip over 4. My bad.
Oh,
sorry,
okay.
we didn't get 4 and 5. We'll
right.
finish that off, and then we'll get to the worst at some point today.
4th and 5th, TLC. Best quarterback situation.
Well, he's looking at the article, and so I'm now thinking that Mitchell Trubisky is not in Buffalo because he just said Kyle Allen when I said Buffalo's back.
That was a guess.
Real quick. I'm
so
going to
Buffalo's back in play.
My hands are on my keyboard, but I'm just looking at Mitchell Trubisky because I want to know where he's at. Trubisky.
All right, CB. Hands are on the keyboard.
Hey, listen, I'm open and honest. Oh, he's with Tennessee, so he's behind Cam Ward right now.
It should have been a tip off to you that I wasn't reading the article when I mentioned Kyle Allen, which tells you that Buffalo's not in the article.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not. Want me to reveal?
No, can we do it next? Or you don't want us to get a few minutes? You don't trust us during the break?
I trust you guys. I do.
Hey, following backup quarterbacks is hard.
It is tough.
So we need some time to
All right,
think.
we'll do that. And then we'll do the worst, the best, and the worst. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
All the 10 TV people come over to our side of the building to take a deuce. That should tell you something about how we operate. The Fan.
Hey, Central Ohio, Andrew from Home Team Solutions, and we buy houses for cash. If you've got a house you need to sell, this is your season. Inherited, behind on payments, just over it? Whatever brought you here, we can help. We buy as is, we cover all closing costs, and there are 0 commissions, period. Just a fair cash offer, and you choose your closing date. People are making moves right now, and we make it simple to be one of them. One call is all it takes. We'll get you a fair cash offer, fast, no pressure, no obligation. Hundreds of your neighbors have already sold the easy way, and we've got 5-star reviews and BBB A+ rating to back it up. Leave the stress and mess to us. We're based right here in Columbus, and we're ready when you are. Call us at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, family-owned. Call 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Common Man here. Right now, buy 4 windows, get 4 free in 48 months with 0% interest, same as cash. Restrictions apply. Call 614-502-5220. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
How many of you have had your garage floor done? I'll wait for the answer. Yeah, that's enough. How many of you think it looks like crap? That's because it is crap. One quick call to Comer and Cross Concrete Floor Coatings at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, and they can install a gleaming new Comer and Cross garage floor in one day. A Comer and Cross garage floor is the gold standard. It's like pulling into a new car showroom every night. And here's the best part. It is guaranteed your garage floor will never chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. And listen, you lazy bum, they'll even take the stuff out of the garage for you. They're all certified uniform pros, no subcontractors at Comer and Cross. This is a premier product with premier results, and they hired a premier endorser to tell you about it. For your quick and easy Comer and Cross garage floor quote, call 1-800-NEW-FLOOR now. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, or go to comercross.com, C-O-M-E-R cross.com.
Fall is a season of change, and Hinderer Motor Company is turning over a new leaf with big savings. This is Justin Hinderer. Right now, any one of our participating locations is paying up to $3,500 over Kelley Blue Book value. That's right. Drive in your current vehicle and leaf with one of ours today. Don't wait. The leaves are falling and so are the prices. At Hinderer Motor Company, we love what moves you.
Nothing feels better on a hot summer day than coming home to a nice air-conditioned house. If your AC is on the fritz, don't sweat it. Call the pros at the Waterworks Heating and Cooling. We service all makes and models and can provide great savings on a Lennox home comfort system that delivers that perfect feeling. The Waterworks Heating and Cooling Services. Call us at 614-232-2222 and schedule fast service today. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results.
Common Man and Timmy here for our friends at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Hey, Timmy, that new hotel is open and it's amazing.
It really is. Also, we have red, white, and win drawings on Saturdays in July. You can step into the flying cash machine for a chance to win up to $2,000 in pen cash.
And the best part, all you can eat crab legs are back. Be here on Tuesdays in July and August from 4 to 10 for Canadian snow crab legs with butter, corn on the cob, and Hawaiian rolls.
Yeah, Hawaiian rolls. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Join our resident gambling degenerates, Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas for On the Money. Sunday mornings at 9.
Presented by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
The Fan.
The Fan Poll is sponsored by JT's Pizza and Pub, home of award-winning pizza and $2 tall boys. All day, every day.
What's up, knuckleheads? You're listening to Rothman and Ice on The Fan. It's not terrible.
All right, you're off to a great start. I have a feeling you and I are thinking the same thing. I'm not going to tell you whether it's right or not, because I know whether it's right. But I think you and I are thinking the same thing. This is the fourth best situation room in the NFL, quarterback-wise. We have San Francisco, and then we have Cincinnati, and then we have Kansas City.
Yeah.
So those three would be Brock Purdy and Mac Jones, Joe Burrow and Joe Flacco, and Patrick Mahomes and Justin Fields.
Right. So, I've been locked in on the backups. I don't know a ton of
Which is hard. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is very difficult to pick because
maybe I'm overthinking that too much and I need to go back to the weight of the starter, but this is the entire room. And so the question I was asking myself during the break.
Matty Ice. Say it.
Matty Ice.
Yeah, right. The question I was asking myself.
Could anybody have any confidence right now in Ty Simpson? And the answer to that is no. But then there's the reigning MVP, and they have Stetson Bennett.
Yep.
But I don't know. So he hasn't done anything.
So I'm going to answer this question for you. We were not thinking of the same team.
We weren't.
No, the team I was thinking of, and I'm not telling you whether this is it or not.
I got one next.
Is the New York Giants.
Okay.
Jackson Dart and Jameis Winston.
Mm-hmm.
I can name you a team that has 4 players in their quarterback room who have all started and won NFL games.
4 of them.
Yes, and they
Started
should
and
be
won.
near the bottom of the list. But I'm afraid that this list is going to somehow compile all of them into putting them at the top, even though I don't think any of them are good.
I like that little nugget that you mentioned there, that all of them have started and won games at some point. Or was it games or a game? Games? Or a game?
I can only promise you a game.
Yeah, he's thinking of probably the Jets.
Was that was that your guess?
That was not my guess.
Oh,
ooh.
Do they have? Oh no, wait a minute. Klubnik is their guy now.
Yeah,
so that's where I missed. But the other guys probably would have.
Who are you thinking about, TLC?
Arizona,
the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Wait a minute.
Did Brosmer win a game?
Yeah.
Wait,
I can't remember.
He started that game at Seattle.
Was that?
Or am I thinking of another backup?
Didn't he beat the Lions?
That's the one I don't remember him winning a game. I don't know why, but I just don't.
Let me double check.
And remember the year.
I was confident when
they were playing Seattle, and that's the one I successfully predicted this is going to be.
And it got ugly.
Did he? I can't remember.
He did. I swear, off of memory, I believe he beat the Lions. It was on Netflix. Was it like a Black Friday or Christmas or something?
All right. So between Murray, McCarthy, Wentz, and Brosmer, and I just
Christmas.
Okay, that's awesome. I did not remember that. It kind of went so sideways for him. I don't remember him actually winning a game.
He started a game. That's a massive success.
No, you know what I mean.
We talked about him like he was going to be the next up-and-coming thing last offseason. I don't know why, but we did. But the fact that he started and won a game, That's as good as it's going to
That
get.
was
AR's guy.
Zach Wrenski's illegitimate younger brother. Like, it looks just like him.
You had a soft spot for Max Brosmer.
I
And
was
TLC had a
touting
soft
him, yeah.
spot for Carson Wentz last year. Let me ask you this. Would you push to the side right now Drew Aller and Will Howard and Mason Rudolph for
Yes.
Carson Wentz? Okay, in Pittsburgh.
He's so
Wow, I didn't even know how that was gonna-
injured. He's just, dude, I love the guy for doing what he's done. They buried him under the 50-yard line. Like, it was, I don't know what he's held together with.
Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's crazy how his career, in the blink of an eye, just got flipped on its head, right? Like,
Well, Foles takes over and wins
wins
and-
a Super
yeah.
Bowl. Like, he was probably going to win MVP the year he got hurt. And then after that, he's just been out of sight, out of mind for the most
Carson Wentz is currently healthy.
Who is your
Following-
backup?
part. Ours?
Yeah. Cooper Rush?
No, it's not. Oh, I like that
It's
you're
the-
bringing this up because
it's
we
the
brought
Hunt
back
dog.
Snoop Huntley.
Yeah, it's the Hunt dog.
He's okay. Lamar
I'll put
Snoop.
them fifth.
Oh, you're going
Ra-
fifth, not
Ra-
fourth? I'm going fourth. I'm glad that you reminded me of that.
I'll go fifth.
Because of Diego Pavia.
He is there as well.
All right, so
Are the Ravens in this?
Are they 4 or 5? Just say, are they 4 or 5? Yes or no?
yes.
Okay, good call.
I say 5.
call.
Ice says
Good
4.
call. Play your theme music.
Wait.
He got it right?
No, but we're both still in play.
Okay.
So you have 4 for the Ravens. I have 5.
I think you're. Oh gosh, I don't know. All right,
Well,
AR,
the good news-
who's right, AR?
In what way?
The slotting of where I'm assuming now
you have Baltimore at 4 and he has them at 5?
Yeah,
Is that what you?
Lamar and Snooper it would be in the top 5.
That would be that man.
Okay. All right, we got one more.
I don't know who for.
I didn't, by the way, I did not tell you whether my guess was right or wrong. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what was his guess?
If I can't really do this because I've seen it. I'm not telling you whether I'm right or wrong. My guess would have been
right, retroactively.
Jackson Dart and Jameis Winston. That would be one that the NFL would deem as a pretty good situation room.
Yeah.
Because the backup is equally as potential.
I think in that situation, Ice, I think the starter would have to really outweigh.
Let me name a couple others for you before you say anything.
The Saints.
All right.
Zach Wilson.
So we've seen Stidham. So it's probably we've seen Stidham in Denver.
That was tough.
If he won the AFC Championship game, he'd be on this list.
Now the other question: what about Davis, Mills, and CJ? Pretty quality dude.
I don't know about top 5, but
I don't
top 10.
think they cracked the top 5.
What about Tyrod Taylor and Jordan Love?
Ooh.
Not telling you it's in there. I'm giving you some multiple choice.
Tyrod and J. Love.
What about Drew Lock and Sam Darnold?
That doesn't move me. I'm good.
What
on
about Mariota and Jaden?
Yes. Marcus Mariota was awesome. I got like a Marcus Mariota, Carson Wentz like duo thing going on.
What about Jalen Hurts and Andy Dalton?
It's okay. It's okay.
He's still playing?
How about
he's still
Teddy,
cashing checks, bro.
Teddy B and Jared Goff?
Not bad either.
Mm-hmm.
You got excited about which one, TLC? Just now.
Mariota.
He said Mason
Mariota.
Rudolph and Aaron Rodgers, I think you said.
And Will Howard.
I swear Marcus Mariota played well last
But
year.
Jaden didn't. Jaden didn't. So I don't think because of injury.
The writers are good. Yeah. When he came back from injury, he still wasn't very good.
It's a good call on Mariota. It is a good call. But just because Jaden didn't play, I don't think he's held up his end of the bargain. I'm going back to the Rams just because of Stafford only.
Yeah, it's the Rams.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just because
It's the
he's the MVP. Like
it's a great call by you, but it's so off of what their criteria is. It's really off.
That's really skewed towards the starter.
Ty Simpson is not even in the top 20 of backups in this league.
No,
it actually abandoned what they were trying to do. I think.
Could it be the Stetson Bennett?
I think it was where he was drafted.
First round pick, 13th overall.
That's it.
Yeah, probably.
All right, we're going to come back. We'll talk to our guy, Sam Monson. Are the Rams the it team? We'll check with him next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Tired of snoring? Sleep Better Columbus can help with a custom mouthpiece that opens your airway and stops the snoring. No mask, no noise. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com today. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
This year, America celebrates 250 years of hard work, determination, and people who built something meant to stand the test of time. That same spirit lives right here in Central Ohio. In 1992, a 22-year-old named Tim Newman climbed onto a roof with a simple goal: do honest work, treat people right, and never cut corners. One roof became hundreds, hundreds became thousands, and every job was built on the same promise: a handshake you can trust. Today, a third generation of the Newman family is helping carrying that legacy forward, making sure the company will be here for your family, just like it's been for your neighbors for more than 3 decades. When it's time for a new roof, siding, or gutters, choose the company that's built its reputation the same way America was built, through hard work, integrity, and pride. Family owned, locally based, American proud. Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
It's time for sun and savings at Great Lakes Hyundai. Right now, get a new 2060 Elantra SE for $59 per month for a 2-year lease. Just $59 a month for the drive into summer sale. This month only. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with owner assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. Dublin or Columbus or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit $39.95 down. Plus tax, title, first month's payment. 7,500 miles per year. Ends 8/3.
Craving the O?
Now it comes to you. For loyal fans, the O on Lane is now offering the O on the Go catering delivery. Perfect for the office or any group. Order boxed lunches or group catering right now at theoonlane.com. The O on the Go, delivered fresh, delivered easy.
Common Man and Bob Capace here. So, Bob, you got this ring builder thing on your website.
Yep, you pick the diamond, the setting, customize your own engagement ring before you even come in this store.
I actually tried it.
You did?
It was ridiculously easy.
See, if Common Man can build a perfect ring online,
anybody can, because I'm dumb.
Then book an appointment and we'll help make it exactly the way you designed it.
That's why I always tell people, I know a guy. You too can design your own engagement ring with the ring builder at worthingtonjewelers.com. If I can do it, anyone can.
Worthington Jewelers, where Columbus gets engaged.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead?
Guilty.
Wait, what?
Also, objection.
You object to what?
Erroneous.
Counsel, approach the bench.
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Treat your pet at Tractor Supply with great prices on everything they need in just one stop. All summer long, we're adding new dog and cat products, over 200. Food, toys, treats from brands your pets love. All new, all at great prices, all at one place. So come in to save time and money. Leashed pets are always welcome. Shop in-store or online. Tractor Supply, your one stop for pets out here.
Bring bold flavor to every cookout with Billiards Plus. Shop top-of-the-line grills and turn every cookout into a win. Then bring the fun inside with pool tables, shuffleboard, and more. Everything for the ultimate game room. Billiards Plus. Grills, games, and good times. Online or on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Awkward time to ask this, but hey, did you download the trail map?
Yeah, no, I don't need to.
I don't understand. You're trusting your signal out here?
Well, I'm trusting T-Mobile. They have the best network. And if we end up in bum-tots nowhere, well, we've got T-Satellite for backup.
Whoa, I don't trust my carrier that much.
We'll just use your phone as a flashlight.
With America's best network and T-Satellite, we're keeping you connected in places you never thought possible. And if you switch today, you get free phones for $0 down and only $25 a month per line for 4 lines. Find out more at T-Mobile.com or visit your local store.
Best mobile network based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H 2025 with 24 monthly bill credits and 4 eligible port-ins on essentials. For well-qualified customers with auto pay plus taxes, fees, and $35 connection charge per line. Credits end in balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement example $299.99 Moto Edge 5G required. T-Satellite available with compatible device in most outdoor areas in the U.S. where you can see the sky. Included with experience beyond or $10 a month. Auto renews monthly. Cancel anytime. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Hey, it's T-Bone again. Sleep apnea doesn't have to rule your nights. Sleep Better Columbus has been treating snoring and sleep apnea for over 15 years with proven proven results and now has an office open in Marysville. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or go to sleepbettercolumbus.com. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios, driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon. I'm Tyler Danberg. Summer practice continued for Ohio State men's basketball this morning with returning production in a recruiting class ranked 16th in the nation by ESPN. There are many reasons to be excited about Jake Diebler's group, including the leadership of John Mobley Jr.
Junie's leadership has been one of the best parts about our summer. Obviously, losing Bruce was a void for us in the leadership front, and Junie has stepped in and really taken that to a whole nother level.
Mobley was named preseason first-team All-Big Ten by CBS Sports insider John Rothstein Tuesday. NBA ESPN reported the league will not punish Miami's Bam Adebayo for striking former teammate Tyler Hero in Las Vegas last Friday. This update sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Take a vacation from high interest rates with special rates on balance transfers at BMI Federal Credit Union, bmifcu.org/visa.
Anthony sometimes likes to sit and stare at his bundle of Emmy Awards. Unfortunately, it's through the glass of the pawn shop. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
Second hour of the program. We'll keep an eye on the golf. I saw Rory drive the 8th hole. I think it rolled out to 389. What are they playing on asphalt? On a runway? Sam Monson, our guy, the self-proclaimed Irish NFL analyst, Check the Mic podcast, and so much more. With us now on the Bryant Heating Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Sam, welcome back.
Thanks, guys. How's it going?
Outstanding. We just debated a lot of stuff with quarterbacks and situations. And you tell me, are the Rams the it team? You got to name an it team this year. Once Myles Garrett got traded there and all the talk of Aaron Donald perhaps jumping on the moving train, are they the it team, the team to beat?
Yeah, I mean, I think they were the best roster in the NFL before they made the Myles Garrett trade. You upgrade from Jared Verse, who's a very good player, to Myles Garrett, who's maybe the best player in the NFL at any position, period. It's catapulting them even further in that direction. And then if Aaron Donald comes back and, who knows what he's got in the tank, 5 years, years after sitting on the sideline, I still think he's probably got some positivity to bring to the table, even at this stage of his career. He still looks in pretty good shape. He was, he's not going to be the sole focus of the defensive line or of an offensive line of a blocking scheme the way he was when he left. You can't do that anymore with Myles Garrett there. So you've got to think that Donald makes them better as well. So, yeah, I mean, this is the best roster in the NFL. They should be the Super Bowl favorite.
Let's stay in the NFC West, Sam, because we've got the champs there with Seattle. You've got San Francisco last year who ripped off 12 wins as well. So just a really strong year for the NFC West outside of obviously what Arizona did. But when you look at San Francisco, when you look at Seattle, how do you see that shaking out? Give us your early take on the NFC West that includes the Super Bowl champs in it.
I think the Seahawks are still extremely strong. They and the Rams, I think, last year were neck and neck. I think it was a coin flip between the two teams. Obviously, Seattle won that coin flip. Whichever team won the championship game, I think, would have gone on to win the Super Bowl from the NFC. But while the Rams, I think, have gotten significantly stronger in the offseason, I'd say Seattle is – they kind of tread water. I don't think they've gotten necessarily worse, but I don't think they've taken the kind of steps forward that the Rams have taken either. But they're, assuming Darnold backs up what he did last year, if they can keep on trucking, that's still a very good football team, and they'll be a contender as well. And then the 49ers, a lot of it is about getting bodies back, getting guys back in the lineup. I mean, almost all of their best players last year got hurt at various points of the season. Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, George Kittle, Bosa and Warner in particular. I mean, we were concerned about their defense heading into the season, saying, they're a little bit top heavy. It's more stars and scrubs, and the depth beyond those guys isn't great. And then those guys went down. So, then you've just got nothing, and you've got no kind of defense. So getting those guys back in the lineup, I think, is big. Bringing in a defensive tackle like a Diggy Zua should help on the defensive line as well. And then the offense, I think, has got the kind of ability and track record with Kyle Shanahan as the mastermind to we know that's going to be good.
Who are you more confident in that runs this thing back Is it New England or is it Denver?
I think Denver are in a better place, but I have more confidence in Drake May, at the quarterback position. And obviously that's the most important position in the league. That's the thing that moves the needle more than anything else. But I think at this point, Denver's roster is stronger top to bottom. They added the biggest player in terms of Jalen Waddle coming over in the offseason. Sean Payton has a fantastic record now beyond Drew Brees. For a while he was in that bucket of head coaches they had a great record, but it's like, he's got Drew Brees, Belichick's got Brady, like all these guys have got the great quarterback to kind of connect with them, and that's what makes the magic happen. But at this point, Peyton's record without Drew Brees is pretty spectacular as well. So I think you have to, basically assume that he's one of those coaches that does make a big difference now. And then the question is just, can Bo Nix kind of iron out the inconsistencies of his game? Because I think that the upside is extremely good, and we've seen him take over in fourth quarters. We've seen him be a big part of winning games with his legs and making some plays. He's just been less consistent than a guy like Drake May, who was a vote or two away from winning MVP.
So, Sam, when it comes down to head coaches, we've got a few new faces in new places, which I always think is pretty exciting. When you look at the new year one head coaches in different spots now around the NFL, which year one head coach do you believe is ready to rock and roll? You believe in him? You believe in the roster and where it's headed?
I think a couple of them, the guy that left and joined Baltimore, I think, for different reasons. Harbaugh, I think, is one of the kind of the coups of the offseason for the Giants to be able to get him. I think he was unfortunate to be let go in Baltimore, for people to decide effectively, the ownership to decide that, somebody's head has got to roll off the back of this season, and unfortunately it's your turn. I think the defense fell apart in Baltimore, which is not necessarily John Harbaugh's fault, beyond the fact that he hired the guy that was coaching the defense. But I think he can propel the Giants in a good direction if they can get their stars back on the field. Malik Neighbors, that might take a little bit of time going into the season. And then the guy replacing John Harbaugh, Jesse Minter, I think has the ability to step in and really right the ship in Baltimore because, as I said, the defense problem there, and Jesse Minter, basically from the same sort of system, from the same umbrella of defenses, should be able to step in and basically wave a wand and fix that defense and get it back to being where it was in previous years. And then the other side of the ball, he's got multiple-time MVP Lamar Jackson to work that side. Derrick Henry's still there. So I can imagine the Ravens almost immediately going back to the kind of powerhouse they were supposed to be before last season.
So this may not be on your radar. It probably isn't, but just it is for us, Sam, and I want to get your opinion on it. I've kind of gone back and forth with how the Browns should treat this quarterback situation because, they're not going to be very good, or at least win-wise. Maybe they'll surprise some people and win, I don't know, half a dozen or a little or more. I don't know, but their over-under is like 5.5 wins. And so they paid Deshaun Watson all this money, and now he's presumably healthy, and he could win the job, and he may win the job. But if he plays decent and he owns the job, then they've got to decide whether they want to reinvest in him. And that may be like the toughest decision ever going forward, to say, all right, let's pay this guy more money and let's have more faith in him. And the opposite is if they play him also, then they stunt a year of growth for Shedeur, who they feel like he has a future. So I don't really know. And then they got a new coach and they want to let him make the decision. So where are you on this conundrum they have this year at quarterback?
Yeah, I think almost the worst thing that could happen to this team is Deshaun Watson wins the job and plays well enough to make it a question about whether you extend him long term, whether you want to bring him back. I assume that the powers that be in the Browns are looking to next year's draft for the quarterback of the future. I don't think they believe that the quarterback of the future is realistically on this roster right now. And I think that's probably the right assumption to be making. But you then have a season's worth of football to figure out, is there anything on the roster right now? Because you don't just need one quarterback, you need a backup, so there's an entire world where either Shedeur Sanders surprises and he wins the job and he actually is the quarterback of the future, or perhaps more realistically, he shows them that he's the guy that can be the backup long term, and he can be a high quality backup going forward to the guy that they're going to draft at the top of next year's draft. So, to me, this should be a quarterback competition, a little bit like the one in Minnesota this year, or maybe Indianapolis last year, where, if it's even remotely close, you should be giving that job to Shedeur Sanders because he's the guy that might have a long-term future on the roster, only if Sanders basically can't win the job. If you show up in training camp, to give him the reps, it's split, and it's so far away from where you think it's viable that you basically have to give the gig to Deshaun Watson, that to me is how they should be approaching it. But, Todd Monken probably isn't thinking the same way. He just wants the best chance of winning games. This might be, his shot at this, and if he blows a season because he kind of played Shedeur Sanders and Sanders doesn't play well and they win 3 games, nobody remembers that when it comes, time to deciding, what's the coach's future. Then he's maybe one bad season away from getting let go, even if the first one was kind of an institutional agreement that this was not going to be a good season. People forget that when it comes time to looking at your overall record. So he's not incentivized the same way as everybody else in the building.
Sam, when you look at Cincinnati on the defensive side of the ball, because we know if the guys on offense are healthy, that's going to be a tough unit to handle for anybody in the league. But on defense, as you know, that's been their downfall the last few years. As you look at the depth chart on paper right now on defense, how many Bengal defenders does Sam Monson trust week in and week out?
Yeah, a few of them. I think their cornerback group was already pretty good and just nobody noticed because everything else was so bad. I think the defensive line will be dramatically better this year. Dexter Lawrence is a big X factor. He could be one of the top defenders in the NFL if he goes back to being the player that he was from a couple of years ago, or if he doesn't, if he just sort of maintains this little bit of a decline that he's been on the last couple of years, he's still a huge upgrade over what they've had and still a very good player, just not the complete takeover game changer that he was at his very peak. But you have to trust him to some degree. He's a lot better than what they had. Mafe, I think they've made some additions to that defense. The big thing, though, linebacker is still a huge question mark, and I think that will be, but they've made it easier as a job by improving the guys in front of them and the guys behind them. And then the big thing will be it shouldn't have been as bad as it was. If they just ran it back, I would have expected that defense to be better than it was a year ago because it was so much worse than it was supposed to be. So I think all of that kind of works in their favor. I don't know that this can be a great defense, but it doesn't need to be. If it can just be an average defense, the offense has the firepower to make that team very, very good.
That's right. Sam, always great, man, to have you on the program. Continue to have a great summer. We'll talk soon.
Anytime, guys. Take it easy.
Thanks, Sam Monson. Check the Mike podcast on the Brian Heating Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. All right, the Blue Jackets schedule has dropped within the last few minutes. We'll highlight some of the big games for you next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We're known for 3 things: games, conversation, and common man yelling about things only he cares about. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Maddie, you know I won't hype something unless I actually believe in it.
Same here, man. That's why we both believe in McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion.
Right now, you can get the 2026 Silverado 1500 for 0% APR for 60 months.
Or if you want more time to spread it out, 2.9% for 72 months.
Those are real numbers, not a gimmick. Terms and conditions apply for well-qualified buyers.
Just off Route 23 on 95 in Marion, or click over to McDanielGMSuperstore.com.
We absolutely love McDaniel, and we know you will too.
Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Build your cybersecurity skills and prep for thousands of open positions employers are desperate to fill. Attend classes live online or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
Iconic summer moments deserve an iconic drink. Reach for Mountain Dew, an American original. From its beginnings in the foothills of Tennessee to your biggest summer yet. The refreshing citrus kick of Mountain Dew is the perfect companion to your American summer adventures. Enjoy the refreshing citrus kick of Mountain Dew. Tasting great since '48. Look for Mountain Dew in stores near you at MountainDew.com. That's MountainDew.com.
The Diamonds Direct anniversary sale is right around the corner. 30 years of being there for the big moments and the small ones that deserve a little sparkle too. This Friday, Diamonds Direct is celebrating the way we know best, with you. Our anniversary sale starts July 17th with up to 30% off select styles, 15% off virtually everything else in the showroom through July 26th. Big celebrations call for big savings. Visit DiamondsDirect.com for details and appointments.
CEC Turf and Tractor is growing.
We're proud to welcome Green & Sons Equipment's Mount Sterling and Marysville locations. Same hometown service you trust, now with the strength of one of Ohio's largest Kubota dealers. Visit CECTurfandTractor.com today.
This is This Date in Reds Baseball with team historian Greg Rhodes.
A big trade today receives a lot of attention, and you can imagine the reaction in Cincinnati on this July 16, 1902, when the Reds acquired 3 players from Baltimore, 3 very good and famous players in their era. Joe Kelly, on his way to induction in Cooperstown, Cy Seymour, who played outfield for the Reds for 5 years, and to this day is the club's all-time career batting average leader at .342, and a guy who undoubtedly got the most attention, Mike Donlin, a lifetime .333 hitter who just happened to be in jail on assault charges when he was acquired by the Reds. A big deal in Reds history this July 16th, 1902, this date in Reds baseball.
This Date in Reds Baseball is brought to you by the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame and Museum, presented by Dinsmore. Celebrating greatness, preserving history, providing inspiration.
This is Lieutenant Governor Jim Tressel. If you're driving and take a quick glance at your phone, more can happen than you might think. Because taking your eyes off the road for even just a moment is like driving the entire length of a football field blind. Don't let those few seconds distract you from what's right in front of you. Phones down, eyes up, Ohio.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is, fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, commercial properties. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
We at The Fan have created a show where you can be a homer, a hater, or whatever you want to be. Sunday mornings at 8.
It's the Fan Call-In Show, presented by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We have hazy and humid conditions for today. That wildfire smoke in Canada still overhead today, giving us a milky sky. Highs reach the mid-90s with a feels like in the upper 90s. Very slight chance of a shower popping up today. For your Friday, hazy once again. We'll see highs around 90. There may be a few showers and storms developing later in the day as well. For The Fan, I'm 10 Weather Impact meteorologist Justin Gertz.
T-bone and Tybus are everything you want in a delicious breakfast. Lots of empty calories, no nutritional value.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 9.
The Fan. Like trying to snap a picture of Bigfoot. Nobody has ever witnessed Maddie eating a carb. This is Rothman Ice.
The off-season of drama for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Weren't sure whether Zach was going to be here. They were trying to apparently pin him down to a long-term thought process 2 years out. Kirill Marchenko was not, quote, all in, but he's an RFA, so they have a lot of power over him and control. But it somehow at least came back to center, like it just came back to the level when Don Waddell, and I hate to use this word rescue it because I don't think it ever. The weirdest part of all this, and I'll say it again, the question that's never really been answered, and it may never, is if he didn't request a trade and you want to keep him, why did you shop him? And it wasn't asked at the press conference. It wasn't asked about what motivated you to get a deal with Dallas. Did you get the deal with Dallas? You presented it to him. Then he said, I don't want to go. I never told you to trade me to Dallas.
Right.
And remember, he's got a no movement clause, so he'd have to okay everything. The only thing I can come to is that Zach's value is at the peak of his powers, as it should be. And the Don was sitting there with this golden chip, and he wanted to see what it was worth. Because if Zach can't tell you today, and I've said this and I'll say it again because I feel strongly about it, just because he couldn't tell you yes didn't mean it was a no. Now, Don's got to continue to be the GM, and I respect that. I can't ask him to stop being a GM. But 2 years out, no one really, truly should have to decide that. You wouldn't know how you feel 2 years from now. I wouldn't. He wouldn't. People listening probably won't. Things change. Situations change. I thought Zach had earned the right that he deserved to see what this team was like this year, what improvements could be made, would they end the playoff drought, how he would feel a year from now with that team going into his last year, and then you can have a meeting with him and say, all right, we're a year out. We can't get caught here. You're too valuable. We want you, but if we miss the playoffs again, 7 straight, then who would deny him at this point of all the years he gave to the Jackets? So I think this thing got fast-forwarded. I think because that's where this league is headed, guys trying to control it, and Don's sitting there with maybe perhaps the best guy that's worth so much, and he can kind of retool on the fly if he knew for a fact that Zach would be done in 2 years. They tried to tamp it down, and here we are. But I'm telling you, the one question that I've always wanted was, if he didn't want to be gone, and you didn't want him to be gone, why did you shop him? Because when that went public, and when Zach presumably vetoed it, they made their best player the villain. And he had to eat it publicly, which I thought was a shame. And because fans turned on him, and it was like, wait a minute, you want to be gone and you're vetoing the place? Like, it made him look so bad. But it all came back to, he's here, he wants to see what happens, and he's entitled to see that. And now the 26th Columbus Blue Jackets schedule and season is going to drop puck on Thursday, October 1st.
Against Buffalo, huh?
Against Columbus East, or as I'm going to call Buffolumbus. With Yarmo and JD and the rest.
Before we unpack a little bit more of the schedule, because I love what you were saying there, I think they're also fortunate, because you talked about how Z got turned into a bit of a villain in the minds of some throughout that period of time.
Decent amount.
Yeah. I think they're very fortunate that Z's wired the way that he is. Because if you have a guy that isn't, Z's a very cool, calm, and collected type of guy to me. Seems that way, right? Goes out there on the ice, does his thing, doesn't have much to say. Great dude, we all know that. But if you were dealing with a personality that was a little bit more outspoken, a little bit more edgy, let me ask you this. How do you think Elvis would have handled a situation like this? Those are the type of players that can make a situation like this much worse. So I think they're fortunate that Z is a really good dude that doesn't like all this probably negative stuff swirling around him, and he really has a love and a nice amount of affection for the fan base and the team, that he could push some of those emotions to the side, lock back in on what he wants to accomplish here. So I think they caught a bit of a break there.
I agree. And it was just, to me, it was sad that it went sideways. I'm glad that it's back to the middle. I've always said, you heard me say it a million times during that time, that this is a conversation that really should happen a year from now. It didn't need to happen now, but I see where the league is going, and that Don wanted to try to maybe get ahead of it. But if there's nothing really definitive about it, then I guess the only thing that he took a leap of faith, that if he could go get a deal with Dallas and present that to Zach, and then see how, now none of this gets out, it's okay. Like, if none of it ever gets out, but we live in a wild world, man, where players talk, other teams talk, agents talk, and media people are very tied into some of these people, and then it gets out, and then it's very hard to have those negotiations in public with a fan base that's been so loyal, that buys the tickets, buys the gear, touts the team, and all that, and show up, that it's hard for them to stomach that, what was going on. And like I said, your best player was becoming the villain in your own public eye, and it was rough. So now we're back. 84 games. They've added 2. The 2 additional games are against the Metro. So they'll face their division rivals 28 times. So they'll play 4 games each. I mean, twice at Nationwide and then against Carolina, the Devils, the Islanders, the Rangers, the Flyers, the Penguins, and the Caps. And, looking over the schedule, so we'll have the All-Star game, which I know now. Actually, you know what? It's a high-scoring game. It's fun. The NHL All-Star
You like
game.
the hockey
The
one?
All-Star skills is good. Like, of all of them, I remember when you said that yesterday, and it didn't hit me right away because they can all go away, and I was with you. I kind of co-signed it. Now, I actually like NHL All-Star Weekend.
You know what's jumping out to me is right out of the gate. You mentioned Buffalo, game 1 at home on Thursday, October 1st. They're nationwide a lot right out of the gate. It looks like their first 5 of their 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 of their first 6 games are at nationwide. The only one that isn't is a road trip on October 10th, Saturday at St. Louis. So, that's all. I like that. Having an opportunity to be at home in your comfort zone to start the season for a decent amount of time. I think that's a nice little break for them.
They've been good at home. It's tough out of the gate, but the NHL is tough in general. You're never going to go through this like an NFL schedule. There's 84 games. You're never going to be able. Maddie, we're not playing the win-loss game with 84 games.
Oh, I think next year what we do is we do the win-loss games for the Reds and the Guardians.
Okay.
All in
that
one
sounds
segment.
like an awesome show. But yeah, they're playing Buffalombus right out of the gate. And then Utah, a very scrappy young team, fast. Vegas had a tough time with them. The Penguins should pose a threat here. And then
low rider.
The Panthers will be back. Rangers should be back a little bit at Minnesota. All right, I'm doing it. That's not good. I'm doing it.
You're not doing win-loss,
doing
though.
it.
You just what's jumping out to
here
me.
Here are the highlights.
Goalie Bob.
So Goalie Bob's mid-October and mid-November.
Yep, October 20th.
Oh, no, wait. What am I talking about? No. I got that wrong. It's October 20th.
Yeah, Tuesday, October 20th, you'll get Toronto, and then that weekend, you'll get Vegas coming to town. So that's a fun little week.
Yeah, it would have been more fun.
Yeah, of course. I know what you mean.
Would have been a lot more fun.
Oh, Torch was back?
Vegas didn't, quote, stick to the plan. But yeah, Eichel and Marner and the team that made the finals, absolutely.
It'd be a fun watch.
And, I mean, look at Colorado, November 3rd. Cannon and McCarr.
TLC, what AR is really doing right now is mapping out which games I want to go to where I sit down by the glass, up in the suite, looking down at people. I think that's what he's figuring
Catching
out right
some
now.
T-shirts.
Just elbowing kids out of the way.
There were no kids in the suite. They serve alcohol. All right, so I agree. I'm glad you pointed out the out of the gate with the home game. So 1, 2, 3, 5 of the first 6.
Yeah, man.
Out of the gate at home. I was looking to see, we have a New Year's Eve game, afternoon game against the Caps. What else do we have? That's a big one. So that'll be a nice afternoon New Year's Eve.
Win or lose.
Going into the, not doing this. They're winning that game. Washington's kind of middle of the road. That's fine. Ovechkin's still
back,
around.
huh?
Yeah, he's still around.
Yeah.
They convinced him to stick
2 points
around.
there. 2 points on opening night.
Brought in Tuck. They got your boy Kyrou from St. Louis. So
Jordan Kyrou, he's on.
That's right. Yeah, I think he's on the Caps.
Kyrou, as they call him in St. Louis.
All right. Well,
there we go.
26 seasons. We're getting ready to start the 26th.
Plan your trips and weekends accordingly.
We'll come back in 2 minutes. We have our friend Joe DeLeon coming up. College football, NFL draft. Let's see if he's on the Julian Sayin mock draft train or not. Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
When it's too hot to go out, it's definitely too hot for your AC to go out. The Waterworks Heating and Cooling Pros are here to help. We offer fast repair and AC replacement for any cooling system when you need it. Plus, we're a premier Lennox dealer and can install an energy-efficient system for a great price. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit us online at thewaterworks.com. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results.
This is Corey Sickles with Safe Harbor Retirement Group. How much income will you need to retire? Let us help make sure you reach your financial goals. Visit safeharboroh.com to schedule a complimentary meeting. safeharboroh.com.
Say goodbye to car care headaches with Carvenience from Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer.
For only $49, we'll pick up your vehicle, leave you with a rental, and return it fully serviced and spotless. No more juggling your schedule or wasting hours at the shop. Carvenience lets you focus on what matters while we take care of all the rest, making life easier. Schedule your service today at HinderMotorCompany.com.
One bite in, you'll be saying, "That's hot as fire." Speedway's new Hot as Fire chicken sandwich turns up the temp with spicy breaded chicken on a brioche bun. Top it your way with pickles, a little hot sauce mayo combo, and more. It's a hot sandwich kind of summer. Don't just beat the heat, eat the heat. The new Hot as Fire chicken sandwich, $4.99, only at Speedway. Valid through 8/25/26. Participating stores. Exclude Speedy Cafe. Toppings and sauces sold separately. See app for full terms.
For over 30 years, Newman Roofing has earned the trust of homeowners by putting customers first and giving back to the communities we serve. From roofing and siding to gutters, every project gets the white glove treatment. Call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit newmanroofing.com.
Rothman Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Matty promises he'll continue to do the show even if he wins the lottery. If only we believed him. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
I want that to happen so badly.
I'm not leaving you, man.
In many ways.
I'm listening. Like I said, I may not be here physically. If you win the lottery
and you come back, I'm leaving you. How's that?
That's fair.
And that you can print.
Here's where I'm at. I won't be in studio, but you'll still get me Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
I've thought about this on the days. I think you got them wrong. Let me think about that.
All right, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, because we got Joe DeLeon, our friend from A to Z Sports, coming up. Joe, you win the lottery. Are you working the exact same shift, same passion, same everything? Life stays exactly the same for Joe DeLeon if he wins the lottery.
That's a great question. I don't think I'd completely just disappear and go off the map. I think I would keep doing Ruffino and Joe show and just do that. You got to do something. You got to find something to keep yourself busy. You're going to get bored eventually. You can only play so much golf. You can only go to, on so many vacations. I think I'd keep working, or it's a dream job. You get to talk football.
Mm-hmm. All right. Listen, it's 2 against 1 now. I was calling BS on my co-host, but you guys may have it mapped out right. Be a part-time covering sports. Where are you on Julian Sayin and NFL prospectus right now?
Yeah, I'm not in the same camp as others in terms of being really high on him for potentially being a top 10 pick. I think that it probably would be best for him to return after this upcoming season to finish out his career. My apprehension with him as a prospect is that he's undersized, he's smaller. When you're smaller and you're leaner framed, you need to make up for it for other traits. So the easiest physical comparison that we can look at is Bryce Young. Bryce Young was really, really creative and shifty in the pocket. He was really, really quick-footed. Julian Sayin doesn't have that same escapability. He doesn't have that same elusiveness. He's just not the same type of athlete. Now, I think that he's far more accurate. I think he's far more cerebral. I think he gets the ball out a lot quicker. But those limitations at times we saw hurt him against teams that were sending relentless pressure. Against Miami, against Indiana, he was not able to get away from those opposing pass rushes because he just does not have that same level of athleticism of a Bryce Young. So I do see a world where he could be a successful starter in the NFL. I'm just not in the camp that I would put him in the top 10 picks for the upcoming draft.
So let's stay with the upcoming draft and get your thoughts, Joe, on the wide receiver position and maybe your top 3 guys right now. I know we got a few months before we kick off with football, but I'm going to assume Jeremiah is one of them. So when you look at the top wide receiver prospects for the 27 cycle, who are 2 more guys that are at the top of your list?
If anyone comes on here and says that Jeremiah Smith's not their number 1 wide receiver, if I ever said that, I'd give you permission to hang up on me because it would be an absurd take because he's that good. I know that a lot of people get annoyed with the word generational and they think that it's overused. He's the one dude that you're allowed to say generational for because he's been built like a 5th-year pro since he was a true freshman, and he plays like one. He moves at a ridiculous level. But my next 2 guys, I've got Charlie Becker, the Indiana wide receiver, at 2, and then I've got Cam Coleman, very similar grade, almost identical grade, the Texans wide receiver right behind him. Coleman and Becker are kind of similar in the regard where they're ball winners. They're guys that are going to go up and win in contested situations. They've got really reliable, consistent hands. In critical moments, you know that you can count on them to make a ridiculous catch. They're really smooth movers athletically, despite being bigger frame players. It's really hard to come by. There's a reason why these types of guys are coveted. It's really hard to come by these days with a true X receiver that can move at an elite level athletically. A lot of times when we look at these prospects, there's some sort of physical limitation. Maybe the long speed's not as good. Maybe the change of direction isn't as good. But I think both these dudes are going to test really, really well. Becker reportedly, from some like early NFL grades and from NFS, was projected to run maybe in the low 4.4s, 4.3s. Like, he's that fast. It's hard to separate the two, but I have a slight edge for Becker because I feel like that there were those couple critical moments with Becker in championship situations, very important situations, where he came down with huge catches, and that stuff translates to the NFL. I think Coleman could pass him, though, because he's going to be in a bigger spotlight. He's going to actually be on a team where they're going to get him the ball, and they're going to actually up his production, unlike what he was doing at Auburn.
How shocked were you that Dante Moore decided to stick around?
I was a bit shocked, but I understood it because he's in a position and he's making enough money that he didn't need to rush getting to the NFL. I think that the clear circumstance for him of possibly landing with a team like the Jets, sadly, the Jets have just been a really bad franchise, and they're in the process of rebuilding their foundation. Not wanting to jump to a team that's really ready to take him on, having the ability to take on one more year to wait for the better opportunity, I think was in his best interest. But I was shocked because, like, outside of that, of maybe not wanting to play in New York, and it's been good for New York that they had their picks last year where they're improving the roster, that they could be a better destination for him this upcoming year. It's shocking in the regard that the 2027 draft has way more quarterbacks than the 2026 draft. And there's a theoretical possibility that even if he plays really well and he improves upon some of the stuff that he struggled with a year ago, where just, you know, mistakes and issues and critical moments against some of their biggest opponents, there's a possibility that he could fall to the back end of the top 10. I don't think it's going to happen, but the only reason why that comes to fruition is if some of these traitsy guys like a Lenore Sellers ends up having a big year, maybe Jaden Maeva, maybe Darian Mensa, CJ Carr. There's just so many options in this draft class at quarterback that could pass them by during the pre-draft process because teams fall in love with the traits.
Let's talk about the running back spot, because we've had, back-to-back drafts here where running backs get drafted pretty high. And so when you look at the position around college football, is there a couple running backs or a running back in your mind that will be worthy of a first-round pick this season?
I actually wouldn't be shocked if we don't have a first-round running back this year. I don't think it would be surprising because there's just there's no Jeremiah Love type of a dude. There's no Ashton Genty type of a dude. We didn't know about Ashton Genty a couple of years ago. I guess, like, nationally, those who had done summer scouting knew about him, but even those that were high on him weren't expecting him to be this crazy top five pick, as highly drafted as he was. But there's a lot of really good players, and I think day two, we're going to see a ridiculous run of running backs go in the second and third round. Kwan Lacey is probably going to lead the discussion. Jaden Ball from Florida is also going to be in the mix there. Ahmad Hardy, assuming he's back and healthy from the serious situation that he went through this offseason, I think is going to be in that conversation as well. We can just keep going down the list. I feel like that there's a lot of opportunities for some unexpected big names to pop up with so many good running backs in college football this upcoming season.
You know, we're trying to decide as far as the quarterbacks go, because when I first asked you about Julian Sayin, I thought actually it was going to be the opposite. You were going to say, I'm not one of the people that have been leaving him out of the first round, because there have been people that are doing that. Now, I've seen some mocks where he's, the third quarterback taken. It's Arch, Dante, it's Julian, and then we've got a couple others, whether it's Mensa or CJ Carr. But when you think about Julian Sayin, do you feel like it's leaning more towards he would be a lock top half of the first round guy, or that it would be leaning towards he really has to prove it this year if he wants to be?
I think it leans more toward he has to prove it this year. I think that the conversation around San is kind of separated, where he's a really good college quarterback. He was really productive. He was really consistent. He was a Heisman finalist because he was so accurate. He's getting the block, look, all of those things. Checks every box you look for an elite college quarterback. But like from the NFL perspective, I think that he does have a lot to prove, and it aligns with the talking points that I brought up with San earlier, where he needs to prove that he can make up for some of those physical limitations. At the end of the day, yes, there are quarterbacks that have succeeded that aren't as toolsy, and we see plenty of instances where, like an Anthony Richardson, completely busts and just doesn't work. But time and time again, the NFL has proven during the pre-draft process, forget what has worked in the NFL, during the pre-draft process, teams have leaned towards quarterbacks that have the big arm, the big frame, the big build, the explosiveness, the athleticism. They're going to get excited about the Dante Moores. They're going to get excited about the Arch Mannings, the Lenore Sellers of the classes, the CJ Carrs of the classes. Sayan, I think, would need to show improved composure in the pocket under pressure when teams are sending heat, because not only did he struggle to escape that heat because he's not as athletically talented as some of these other guys, he also kind of crumpled and took those sacks, made mistakes. I think that if he at least shows really, really good composure in the circumstances, that could help his stake of being a first rounder. But at the end of the day, when you're not a lock to be a top 5 guy and he's got extra eligibility, why not return to school? Why not take advantage of the opportunity to continue to, make money as a starter at one of the biggest brands in the sport, unless theoretically Ohio State wanted to get like Kavian St. Clair on the field sooner, who fits that mold of super traitsy, ridiculous athlete quarterback.
Yeah, good call on that. It's all changed now. You don't have to just jump for the cash. It's here. All right. Great job, Joe. Good to have you, man. Continued working until you win the lottery.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
See you, bud. A to Z Sports on the Brian Heating Cooling Systems Fangus Hotline. Here's where I think it would be better. You win the lottery, you want to work those 3 days, do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Actually take Monday and Fridays off. Like if you're only going to work 3 days a week, don't do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I would just do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, have an incredible 4-day weekend every weekend of your life.
Not bad, but I still would want to get my takes off on Friday, all that stuff. Like, I want to stay loyal to that. I got plenty of time to travel and do whatever I want. Well, I need to be here for Reaction Monday and football practice.
In fact, I think what you should do, like, forget Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I think you should stay as attached to the weekend as possible. So I think you should do Monday, Tuesday, Friday.
Ooh, Monday, Tuesday.
Tuesday, you can do the hot takes about Monday Night Football.
Mm-hmm.
Friday, you can do the hot takes about Thursday Night Football.
You may be
stay as attached to the weekend as possible.
I don't know. Wednesday, Thursday out. Okay.
Yeah, be like,
okay.
I don't know what you're going to talk about on Wednesday. We've already expired this the past 2 days.
Not bad. It's not a bad idea.
It's not bad. I don't know.
I like it.
I wouldn't sign it. Don't sign the paper yet. All right. The list of all lists, Mr. Subjective. It's coming next. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
The only workplace in America to participate in the Doorknob Fart Game. And we also play office basketball and sometimes do radio. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
How many of you have had your garage floor done? I'll wait for the answer. Yeah, that's enough. How many of you think it looks like crap? That's because it is crap. One quick call to Comer & Cross Concrete Floor Coatings at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, and they can install a gleaming new Comer & Cross garage floor in 1 day. A Comer & Cross garage floor is the gold standard. It's like pulling into a new car showroom every night. And here's the best part. It is guaranteed your garage floor will never chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. And listen, you lazy bum, they'll even take the stuff out of the garage for you. They're all certified uniform pros. No subcontractors at Comer & Cross. This is a premier product with premier results, and they hired a premier endorser to tell you about it. For your quick and easy Comer & Cross garage floor quote, call 1-800-NEW-FLOOR now. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, or go to comercross.com, C-O-M-E-R cross.com.
Hey, it's Anthony here for the Good Feet store. Years ago, I told you about how my feet ached, just general fatigue. But man, I've been feeling good with my personally fit arch supports. There's no doubt they've helped me. They've stabilized my feet. I always feel supported and my body feels aligned. They're firm but flexible, and I can pop them into any pair of shoes. In fact, I'm still wearing my original arch supports. I work out with them in my shoes, ride the bike, and play golf. My arch supports from the Good Feet store changed the game for me. And the fitting I got was personalized, and it will be for you. It's really thorough. They measured my feet and arch size, and I knew right away after taking the test walk around the store, I felt the difference. Book your free personalized fitting today, and once you've been fitted and you found the supports that work best for you, you'll be able to wear your new arch support inserts home. They're made in the USA and engineered to last. It's simple. Just stop by the Good Feet store in Grove City or on Polaris Parkway in Westerville. No appointment necessary, but you can always schedule online. Get started at goodfeet.com.
Bring bold flavor to every cookout with Billiards Plus. Shop top-of-the-line grills and turn every cookout into a win. Then bring the fun inside with pool tables, shuffleboard, and more. Everything for the ultimate game room. Billiards Plus. Grills, games, and good times. Online or on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
CEC Turf and Tractor is growing. We're proud to welcome Green & Sons Equipment's Mount Sterling and Marysville locations. Same hometown service you trust, now with the strength of one of Ohio's largest Kubota dealers. Visit CECTurfandTractor.com today.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible. But Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the Columbus community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JP Morgan Chase Bank, NA member FDIC.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead?
Guilty.
Wait, what?
Also, objection.
You object to what?
Erroneous.
Counsel, approach the bench.
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Treat your pet at Tractor Supply with great prices on everything they need in just one stop. All summer long, we're adding new dog and cat products, over 200. Food, toys, treats from brands your pets love. All new, all at great prices, all at one place. So come in to save time and money. Leashed pets are always welcome. Shop in-store or online. Tractor Supply, your one stop for pets out here.
The Reds are on the Fan's family of stations all season long.
If you don't listen, Terry Francona will ride his scooter to your house and yell at you.
Your home of the Reds.
The Fan 2, and the Fan 3.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
You're listening to Rothman and Ice on 97.1 The Fan.
So we just mapped out our post-lottery work schedules.
I'm tweaking mine just a bit, TLC. So I'm going to remain working 3 days a week, not sure which days yet. But the tweak is I will work from when training camp starts in the NFL until the end of the first round of the NFL draft. So I would come back for the show after the first round, and that would be my last show until training camp starts. So that would be my lottery schedule if I were to win it.
Okay, so you would be off late April to late July.
3 months?
Yeah. I'd be good with that. I'd be good with that.
9 on, 3 off.
Yeah. 3 days a week.
I mean, that's when we all use our PTO anyway.
I would do... I like when the games are on.
Okay.
So I would do September through the first week of through the Masters.
Okay.
That way I get the Super Bowl, I get college football, I get March Madness.
But you would be off during the Memorial. And I know that stings.
Yeah, and I'd be off actually during the Stanley Cup Finals as well.
And you're not allowed to call in during the floor is yours.
I'll find something to do. I've got some money.
Oh,
no.
Fire off.
Why would you guys react? We just talked about winning the lottery. That's what this whole conversation is based on. And that was your reaction?
You just walked into a drop of all drops right there.
Guys, you guys suck.
And another drop right there.
I'm not doing this list now.
No, I tease it to multiple people.
You realize the context of the conversation. You said I
got to be honest. I just didn't hear it that way in real time. I get it now, but like in the moment, I just didn't hear it that way.
I got a lot of money, and you guys
in
suck.
radio. All right,
we love you too, AR.
That was wrong.
I get it now.
I love you too.
Okay.
Right.
Well, the time has come, my friend.
You guys,
it's time to get down to it.
All right. This isn't a sports movie thing. This is just all time kind of favorites. I have a sports movie list as well.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't write that one down, but
I'm so excited for
I'm
this.
putting music underneath this.
Yeah, let's make this as big as
music?
we can.
The Masters music?
Sure.
I think we need a movie theme of some kind.
Okay.
I think we needed.
What do you got over there, DJ TLC? Got any movie themes?
You have to find something in.
This work for you?
Rudy's not going to be in it.
Holy.
I'm just saying, Rudy's not going to make it.
Back to the Masters then.
There's got to be something with Rocky. There's got to be something. It doesn't have to be the training song or any of that. I don't think this works. I'm not getting a lot of motivation from this. You want to do this to the Masters music?
However you're comfortable. If you're not comfortable with this, we will find something else for you, my guy.
Oh.
What do you need? You want Rocky?
No, wait, I had the wrong
Still
one.
the Masters.
That's a little better.
Let's go, AR. Get fired
All right.
up. Lock in.
All right. This isn't in any particular order.
Okay.
I didn't rank them 1 through 10.
Okay.
Okay, that's good enough. You gave us
that's
10.
Fine.
And then I have 10 that are honorable.
Let's go.
You got an honorable mention list. 10 more. All right. So
1, 2, 3,
so these-
4, 5, 6, 7.
like you said, not ranked.
Actually, I lied.
Got more. Got a lot more. for
Left
you.
one out. All right. Let's start with the music.
Okay.
Rocky is by far in the top 10. It should be in everybody's top 10. There's nothing about the story that I don't like. It's awesome. The era, the fights, the whole deal. It's about, honestly, going the distance. It wasn't about winning.
Yeah.
It was incredible how, I'm not going to do the whole movie, but Rocky's in there.
Okay.
Next would be Jaws.
Okay.
So Jaws, from beginning to end, for me, the appreciation of sharks in general was born. And, miracle of evolution, all this machine does is swim and eat and make little sharks. It's and that's all. It's incredible. So Jaws is on there. Rocky and Jaws.
Coming up next, Pootie Tang?
No.
He has no idea who Pootie Tang is. Never heard of the Heavy TLC.
Heard of it, yes. Don't
pull out the belt and
These aren't ranked.
Okay.
The Sting. So that's Newman, Redford, the era, the twist in the story, the score. It's the best. 4. The Shawshank Redemption. The narration.
Here for it.
The story, the location, all of it. 5. Goodfellas. Incredible. The making of a gangster. The Pesci character, the whole deal. 6. Fargo. Not real, but sold as real. The accents, the location. Oh, geez, you betcha. You're darn tootin'. I'm cooperating here. Where am I at? Is that 5?
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 6 on my list.
6. Saving Private Ryan.
So we're up to 7 now.
Probably the best, one of the best close to last lines of any movie. Earn this. This is getting very difficult at this point. The first sports movie makes its appearance. Well, second. The original The Bad News Bears.
Okay.
No kids made playing that bad look that real. Walter Matthau, politically incorrect, the whole deal. The original Bad News Bears.
2 more.
2 more.
2 more.
So I've got about 12 on the list. But I'm going to go with Smokey and the Bandit.
Okay.
Black Trans Am, What's Your Pleasure? Jackie Gleason, The Chase of All Chases. Just an awesome movie. And I've kind of gone back and forth with with 10, but I've got so many others. I'm going to read you all of them, and only one can make it, right?
One
Is
more
that right?
spot. We got one more spot in your top 10, sir.
All right. We'll trail that over.
Let's go.
We'll recap, and I'll give you, we have 11 to make one. Is that all I have left? You'll hear him next. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
A lot of hosts have been on our airways in the past 30 years. Some good, some bad, some really bad. Anyway, sorry for that. The Fan.
No! USA is up 2-0. That is the most dangerous lead in soccer.
Relax, Mike.
See that, Dan? My left eye is twitching. That's my warning eye. It'll be 2-2 by stoppage time. It's never wrong.
With early payout from Bet365, I got paid the second they went up 2 goals. So to me, it's now the safest lead.
Early payout from Bet365, huh? Now my right eye is twitching, Dan.
Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T's and C's apply. In-app only.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
America wouldn't be America without Ohio. So this year, while we celebrate our nation's 250th year, let's also celebrate Ohio's vital role in our nation's past, its present, and its future. At America250ohio.org, you'll find events from engaging talks on history to Ohio-related movies to memorable drives around the state. There's so much to discover. So what are you waiting for? The celebration begins at America250ohio.org. Sponsored by the Ohio History Connection, aired by the OAB and this station.
Common Man and Bob Capace here. So, Bob, you got this ring builder thing on your website.
Yep, you pick the diamond, the setting, customize your own engagement ring before you even come in this store.
I actually tried it.
You did?
It was ridiculously easy.
See, if Common Man can build a perfect ring online,
anybody can, because I'm dumb.
Then book an appointment and we'll help make it exactly the way you designed it.
That's why I always tell people, I know a guy. You too can design your own engagement ring with the ring builder at worthingtonjewelers.com. If I can do it, anyone can.
Worthington Jewelers, where Columbus gets engaged.
Craving the O? Now it comes to you. For loyal fans, the O on Lane is now offering the O on the Go catering delivery. Perfect for the office or any group. Order boxed lunches or group catering right now at theoonlane.com. The O on the Go, delivered fresh, delivered easy.
This is Lieutenant Governor Jim Tressel. If you're driving and take a quick glance at your phone, more can happen than you might think. Because taking your eyes off the road for even just a moment is like driving the entire length of a football field blind. Don't let those few seconds distract you from what's right in front of you. Phones down, eyes up, Ohio.
The Honda Summer Event is on at Lindsay Honda. Get red-hot deals on every new Honda. Save on a new 2026 Honda Civic CVT with 0% for 48 months or 0% for up to 48 months on all new 2026 Honda models, including the 2026 HR-V LX. Get ready for summer adventure in your new Honda. Enjoy the Lindsay Honda difference.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference.
Visit lindsayhonda.com for details.
Hey friends, Beamer here. Warmer weather, longer days, lighter meals, more time outside. Summer gives weight loss a head start. Awaken 180 gives you the plan to make it happen. Ride the momentum with Awaken 180, the official weight loss program of summer.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Because we have lawyers in all 50 states, I see lots of lawyers' ads. Most seem to be bragging on results, but are they true or misleading? For example, in some cases, a firm may try a case even though the at-fault party has no lawyer, then brag in the ad about their results. My son Matt got one for nearly $50 million, but we never collected one dime. Some lawyers may say they got a result even though they were sitting second chair at a firm like mine, and even though they had little to do with it. Happens all the time. All that glitters is not gold. At Morgan & Morgan, our results are real. Visit forthepeople.com and go to settlements and verdicts to see for yourself what your case may be worth before you hire a law firm. Do your homework. Fact check. It's easy and too important not to. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Injured? Dial pound law.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Newman Roofing is proud to sponsor the Fan and 10 TV's Beat the Heat fan drive. Help Ohio's most vulnerable residents deal with the extreme heat this summer. Purchase new box fans and take them to the nearest Franklin County fire station or buy online. For more information, visit 10tv.com/beattheheat or lifecarelines.org.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios, driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Danberg. The schedule's out for the NHL's 84-game regular season. The Blue Jackets will start at home against the Sabres October 1st. CBJ will play 13 back-to-backs, and its longest homestand is 5 games from February 20th through March 3rd. Baseball, per reports, Reds pitcher Chase Burns has agreed to a 7-year, $105 million extension. The deal buys out his 2 free agent years, has no club options, and runs through 2033. NBA, ESPN reported the league will not punish Miami's Bam Adebayo for striking former teammate Tyler Hero in Las Vegas last Friday. And in golf, Jackson Suber shot a 5-under 65 to lead round 1 of the Open Championship. This update sponsored by United Dairy Farmers. Peach ice cream is back at UDF right now. Get 2 large cartons of UDF peach ice cream for just $10. At 2:30, Pro Football Hall of Fame quarterback Dan Fouts joins Rothman Ice for Gold Jacket Thursday right here on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and Ice feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Orthopedic One, Central Ohio's most trusted orthopedic practice. Find a physician or location near you at orthopedic1.com.
Final hour of the program, Gold Jacket Thursday, Dan Fouts, legendary quarterback, 2:30. Jackets schedule announced, 26th season, opening against Buffalombus. And that will be October 1st, 7 p.m. drop.
Some people might
Yarmo
be
and
like,
JD.
Is that a new team in the league?
That's right. Columbus East. And so 84 games. The Boone Jenner tribute video game will be New Year's Eve afternoon.
Okay.
Against the Caps.
Some good vibes in the air when Boone comes back for him.
They'll have a tough Western Canada swing. But they start with, what we say, 5 of 6 at home.
Yes.
To start the year.
Yes, sir.
And, of course, as we go through this, we'll get you an over-under on points because I love to do that with Don when we see him. This is what remember that time at the training camp? So what do you think of your projection? I haven't seen it yet. Well, why don't you just tell me what it is? I will tell you. The NHL thinks you're a... What did I tell him?
It was 86.5?
84.5.
84.5? Okay.
Las Vegas thinks you're an 84.5 point hockey team. He got a little gleam in his eye. And it turned out that he was right. They were 92 and out. So they did crush that over. And we all know how it ended. So a lot of motivation, a lot of interest. And see if the goalie situation keeps sending, and see if all this can get tied together and make a run and end the drought.
Very intrigued by what Kent Johnson's going to be now, because this was supposed to be a dude, right? As we all know, with how highly he was regarded coming out of college, how highly they drafted him. And so my hope is that he can figure this thing out, because that's what they need. They need, obviously, a few more other things. But when you take a guy that high, you have dreams of him being obviously a star when he's that high. But if you don't get that, you want a guy that you know is going to be consistent with who he is as a player. And I think Kent's still figuring that out. So that's just one of a few things that I'm very intrigued by going into the next season is what we get from Kent Johnson.
Still believe in him.
Yeah.
They believe in him. They almost look at him like a little bit like a prospect. A young player, scored a lot of goals the year before, not as many the last year. You got to stick with him, and whether he can drive to the net and, sitting, they went through the spot where do you sit him a little bit? Is that good for his development? And you hope that he's had a lot of different experiences that can lead to the bounce back that you're talking about, because we think it's in there from a skill standpoint.
No doubt.
The other story today, if there is a story, it's kind of a non-story, is that LeBron is keeping everyone guessing at Fanatics Fest. By the way, where is Fanatics Fest?
Philly or New York?
Is it
one of the two? That's my guess. I will look that up.
Why don't you?
I was going to guess Philly, but I think New York is also a good guess.
Why don't you get the show there,
man,
Maddie?
I don't know. At the
if that's going to rival Radio Row for the guests we could get.
Incredible. It looks like it's in Manhattan, so it's in New York City at the Javits Center. So whatever, they're in New York City, but yeah, he's on stage as we speak with Tyrese Halliburton doing his Mind of the Game or Mind for the Game podcast. So people there, it's pretty cool. You see a live podcast with LeBron, but I feel like it's happening in the next couple of weeks. At least I'm hoping that it happens in the next couple of weeks. That way we could just figure it out. And it'd be great for us if it's Cleveland. And according to the Vegas odds, they're looking at Cleveland as the favorite right now. Not like the runaway favorite, but they are the favorite on the board. And so I think that's what's going to happen.
So all the LeBron fans who hate Aaron Rodgers better be consistent about, oh my gosh, dragging it out throughout the entire offseason. What a drama queen.
I don't think we're getting an entire offseason though for Bron.
Okay.
I think it's done in the next couple of weeks. Some people think he's trying to wait till the end of the World Cup. That way it can all be about him. So we'll see.
That sounds appropriate. He's got to be a little careful, a little bit, if it's not Cleveland. And I'm not saying this because it's his fault. What I'm saying is we've gone through this before. The boys and girls, he's got to be careful. I'm not saying about don't announce it that way again. I'm just saying there are a lot of people that do believe that you are coming back to Cleveland. He has to know that. There's also odds out that they are the favorite. Mm-hmm. So the longer he drags this out, the tougher emotionally it's going to be on his home city fans.
Maybe, yeah.
And so I'm not saying he doesn't deserve to pick where he wants to. He can.
Yeah.
It's just what I'm saying is if it's not Cleveland, it would benefit him to do this sooner than later and not drag it out.
It wouldn't surprise me if there's some big production that's being cooked up too behind the scenes, like if they're going to roll out like a commercial or something like this, like working with Nike or whoever it may be. We've all seen over the last couple of weeks all the people doing the recruiting publicly, and there's the reports of players from, the Sixers and the Nuggets and the Timberwolves and the Cavs sending him voice memos on his phone. Like, hey, this is why you need to come here. I saw a video of Rick Ross today sending him a recruiting video from Miami. And so he's got a lot to work through because he's got a lot of teams that are really good teams that are trying to acquire his services. And so
what about Chris Cross? Will he call him?
Christopher Cross.
Well, Christopher Cross and Chris Cross
are two different things.
One will make you jump, and the other one will sail away. All right, so that's an interesting thing. My belief is that he will bookend his career.
Yeah, I think that's where we're headed, man.
It's not like the Cavs are nothing. Yep. They're not a direct team, so it's not like he'd be just doing it for ceremonial purposes. Yeah. It checks a number of boxes for him. If the LA thing was such an appeal, now we talked about the old school guys getting together and all that and staying in California and all that, but it feels to me that the favorite is going to win.
Yeah.
But he knows the longer he drags this out, if he does pick Golden State or there's a wild card on the board, it won't feel as good.
I also think, too, there's probably, I mentioned there may be some big rollout production-wise coming that I wouldn't be surprised that if Bron's looking at the Cleveland roster, and part of the hesitation, I guess, when committing right now is some of the guys on the roster and talking to the, Kobe Altmans of the world behind the scenes of what are we doing with this player, that player. Does he want to play with James Harden? Does he want to play with Jared Allen? I think some of that's being worked out, too, because remember those situation happened with Wiggins, right? When Bron, you and I remember that day. We were in the old studio. Bron rolls out the letter. He mentions a whole bunch of players, and I'm pretty sure there wasn't a mention of Andrew Wiggins. And we knew in that moment, Bron's telling us that he wants Andrew Wiggins to be moved. That happens, and here comes Kevin Love. So I wouldn't be surprised, too, AR, if that's part of the delay as well, is figuring out what roster moves Cleveland can make. That way he feels good about their championship chances.
So the smoke in Cleveland is not from, you think it may be LeBron and not this weather situation.
I don't think we're getting the decision today. The decision 2.0 today. I don't think we're
not that far away from Canada.
When I was gone, wasn't there a report from Bill Simmons that said it's done? Or was that a false report?
I don't know know if it was a report.
He said I thought I read a quote where he said it's done. It's Cleveland.
I've heard the quote.
I didn't see that, but I wouldn't be surprised, AR. And he's tapped in. Bill is. He's definitely in the mix in the NBA streets. And so that would not surprise me if there's people that are, quote, really in the know that he's going back to Cleveland because there's just too much smoke around it at this point.
Well, he's playing to the crowd, as he likes to do.
I heard the quote, and Bill Simmons' demeanor in that was kind of like, come on, it's done. You know it's done.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It was that. Okay.
It definitely came off more as opinion than fact.
Opinion than, okay. All right. That's good context to know. All right. So back to the list.
One more spot.
The list. So
for the folks that don't know what the list is,
you guys wanted me to give my top 10.
It wasn't just us. It was the listeners.
The top 10 movies that I love in my lifetime.
Yep. You want me to rip through them?
Rip through them.
All right, so here's where we're at so far for AR's top 10 movie list.
Yeah, number 1, Love and Basketball.
Rocky.
At number 2, he had Straight Outta Compton.
Friday was next. Boys in the Hood was after
Rush Hour 4.
Fast Times from Ridgemont High.
All right, but
Back to School, Meatballs.
Here's the list so far.
Stripes, which, by the way, is in the honorable mention.
We're going to confuse some people.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Rocky, Jaws, The Sting, Shawshank Redemption, Goodfellas, Fargo, Saving Private Ryan, the original Bad News Bears, and Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the 9.
Excuse me, stewardess. Is there a movie on this flight?
How's it going, Eisenhower?
So we got one more. Come on, bring it home, AR.
6 to 8 week training program, a real tough one, which is perfect for me. I'm gonna walk out of here a lean, mean fighting machine. All right, so these are the 13 for 1. Somebody's got to go. This is like Herb Brooks cutting somebody off the Olympic team.
This is like the Joker scene times 12.
By the way, The Dark Knight was definitely in consideration.
Such a good movie.
All right, so here they are.
Yep.
Scarface, Gladiator, Wall Street, First Blood, The Terminator, The Shining, Castaway, The Fugitive, An Officer and a Gentleman, Back to the Future, and believe it or not, Top Gun Maverick.
Okay. So.
Oh, and Jurassic Park, the original.
Okay. 1993.
Those are the 13 for 1 spot.
All right.
Right?
So bring it home.
So I believe I pare this down to 2 individuals. Scarface and Gladiator.
Okay.
Scarface, say hello to my little friend.
Classic.
Hard. It had it all. He was warned, but at the end, he had a heart for kids, and it did him in. Gladiator, perhaps my favorite quote of all time. Maximus Decimus Meridius, commander of the armies of the North. General of the Felix Legion, loyal servant to the true emperor, Marcus Aurelius, father to a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife, and I will have my vengeance in this life or the next. So it's going to be Scarface.
Okay. There it is,
and
folks.
all the honorable mentions are going to try to make next year's team.
I think we had one movie mentioned that's post 2015.
Which one was that?
Top Gun Maverick.
Probably right.
Which is on brand. But these are
You know what? You're right.
These are all bangers, though.
Wait, which was the next closest?
Probably.
Are you sure 2015 or 1985?
Yeah, that's rough.
Shawshank's 94.
Probably.
Is there anything in between Shawshank and Maverick?
Well, Fargo would be 90s, right?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't remember.
We got to be honest, never even heard of it.
These are all
Wait,
classics.
what?
They are. What?
I shouldn't have said that.
He said he'd never heard of the movie Fargo. We play the ins and outs. I create, a little bit of the old in and out.
Oh.
I've seen the TV show season 1. That was really good. Really
Fargo
good.
was
Season
96.
1.
All right.
Oh, 96. Okay.
So there's the list.
All right,
now,
there we go.
at some point this summer, maybe a top 10 sports movie only list.
Okay. And Mr. 3000 better be.
We had a couple in that top 10. All right. So roast my list. That's fine. We'll come back. We've got A star is sticking around, but is he still a star? Rothman Ice and the Fan.
We know everything about you. We know you love the Buckeyes. We know you love the Jackets. We know you're wearing a red shirt. I just freaked the hell out of someone. The Fan.
AR, we got to tell the listeners about the Silverado deal at McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion.
Maddie, the 2026 Silverado 1500 2FL, save up to $12,000 off MSRP.
Or don't even buy it. Lease it for as low as $335 a month for 24 months.
$12,000 off, Maddie. That's not a typo. That's McDaniel.
Terms and conditions apply for well-qualified buyers.
Head to McDaniel GM Superstore just off Route 23 North on 95 in Marion.
Or shop it from your couch at McDanielGMSuperstore.com.
They've got the truck deal.
Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Hey, it's Austin Ward. Listen to The Beat with Austin and Byrne, now powered by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Get the latest Buckeye news, insights, and unbeatable analysis every day. Don't miss a moment. Stream The Beat with Austin and Byrne, sponsored by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Hey, it's Anthony here for the Good Feet store. Years ago, I told you about how my feet ached, just general fatigue. But man, I've been feeling good with my personally fit arch supports. There's no doubt they've helped me. They've stabilized my feet. I always feel supported and my body feels aligned. They're firm but flexible, and I can pop them into any pair of shoes. In fact, I'm still wearing my original arch supports. I work out with them in my shoes, ride the bike, and play golf. My arch supports from the Good Feet store changed the game for me. And the fitting I got was personalized, and it will be for you. It's really thorough. They measured my feet and arch size, and I knew right away after taking the test walk around the store, I felt the difference. Book your free personalized fitting today, and once you've been fitted and you found the supports that work best for you, you'll be able to wear your new arch support inserts home. They're made in the USA and engineered to last. It's simple. Just stop by the Good Feet store in Grove City or on Polaris Parkway in Westerville. No appointment necessary, but you can always schedule online. Get started at goodfeet.com.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the Columbus community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
It doesn't have to be the holidays for you to donate to a Salvation Army Red Kettle. Now through August 1st, you can give a little, change a lot. The Salvation Army is partnering with Atlas Butler and Jets Pizza to support local families at participating Kroger and Walmart stores. SalvationArmyCentralOhio.org for locations.
No one plans to get into an accident, but when it happens, we strive in making life easier for you. This is Justin Hinderer. The Hinderer Motor Company Collision Center is ICAR certified and certified by many manufacturers to provide the best quality repair available. All of our repairs come with a lifetime warranty. We have our own 24/7 towing service so you never have to wait. Plus, we offer on-site rental cars for every lifestyle. At Hinderer Motor Company, we love what moves you.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Call today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you want and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, foreclosures, commercial properties. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Call today and speak with me, John Kozik, for an all-cash offer and the help you need. At 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000, TurboTrackRealty.com.
Buckeye Replay this summer takes you back to some of the greatest comebacks in Ohio State football history.
This week, it's the game from 2005, Buckeyes at Michigan.
Hear Buckeye Replay this Saturday at 1 p.m. on The Fan.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We have hazy and humid conditions for today. That wildfire smoke in Canada still overhead today, giving us a milky sky. Highs reach the mid-90s with the feels like in the upper 90s. Very slight chance of a shower popping up today. For your Friday, hazy once again. We'll see highs around 90. There may be a few showers and storms developing later in the day as well. For The Fan, I'm 10 Weather Impact meteorologist Justin Gertz.
Catch T-Bone and Tyvis weekday mornings from 6 to 9. If you're not completely satisfied, we'll rewind time and erase your brain. For real, the Fan. Rothman and Ice present Pre-Snap Reads.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
All right, Icy's sticking around. 5-time Pro Bowler. Restructured his deal. He's going to make $6 million. I don't know what his incentives are. I don't know if they've even listed that. He's a 30-year-old running back. I think he should be happy. He's really valuable, and they're not going to trade him anymore. I thought they probably considered it. And I'm talking about Alvin Kamara.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to know. He's a valuable piece to what they do still. I don't think this is a drastic overpay.
Feels good to me.
Feels about right.
You mentioned the $6 million.
They signed
Achane now. So that's something we got to get used to is Travis Achane. He is no longer Etienne. And
so it's pronounced exactly the way Devon pronounces his name?
He's going Achane. Yeah.
Devon Achane.
Now it's
Travis Achane.
Travis Achane. That's what he wants to be
Not
known
Etienne.
by. No, when he signed with New Orleans, which is always weird to me, right? Like guys go years and years of allowing media and everybody to call them by their wrong name.
Well, is that what he said, that everyone's been pronouncing it wrong? He hasn't corrected them, or he just decided?
No, we've all been saying it wrong because everybody's just been saying Etienne. And so I think he is a Louisiana guy, born in Louisiana,
So
I
it's
believe.
a little more of a Cajun thing?
So he's saying now it's Achane.
Well, what were they calling him at Clemson?
I'm pretty sure it was Etienne.
Right. So at that point, when the SID goes up to him and says, hey, how do you pronounce your last name? It's interesting. Like, you wouldn't know if you didn't know.
Yeah.
Why didn't he say right then, hey, it's Achane?
I don't know, man. But he's Achane now. So that's going to throw some people off. But yes, that's part of the reason why Kamara is getting an okay deal. Is because he's on the back nine of his career. He can still be helpful, but he's not that every down dual threat running back that he was early on. Like, this was a guy a lot of people were racing to get in fantasy when he was at the peak of his powers, because it was just the great balance of this guy's going to run the rock well, come out of the backfield, catch a whole bunch of passes too. He can still help you there, but the ceiling isn't as high. Yeah. So now you bring in Achane to partner up with him, and it's a nice duo. Like, the Saints offense on paper looks pretty fun. It just, a lot of this is dependent on Jordan Tyson's availability, but those two running backs with Chris Olave, and if we're going to find out a lot about Tyler Shuck, I know the back end of the season was pretty good for him, but that can get a little weird with who's playing, who's not, all of those things. But the Saints might be on their way and trying to hunt down Carolina and Tampa and make that NFC South really interesting.
He's not a top 25 running back.
Kamara?
He's not.
Probably not anymore. So. Yeah, probably not anymore. Probably not a guy we're going to have on fantasy anymore. He's probably on your roster, but just as a backup, and it's going to be dicey with, like,
might be the last pick.
Can I trust him, like, to play flex? Because, you know, the Achane situation, who's going to be the goal line back? Like, that's going to be.
I don't think he's a fantasy running back.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to figure out.
Unless you're a guy that goes heavy wide receiver, you draft your starting running backs, and then on your bench, you didn't go heavy running back, and then you need somebody there, but because then you're playing a guy that maybe the other guy gets injured and he's the guy, but he's not a workhorse, like you said. So there's just so many guys in these tandems you would think about before him, which is odd. And that's why I come back to my thought of $6 million plus incentives is actually pretty strong.
Mm-hmm. Looks like it's got a chance to get up to $8 million. So that is a nice little deal for him. Yeah, in the running back world, he's pretty low. Running back I'm interested in this season when we talk fantasy is, I was an Omarion Hampton guy coming out of college, out of North Carolina. One of my favorite signings of the entire all season has been Mike McDaniel now being the offensive coordinator out there for the Chargers. I know Omarion Hampton got dinged up a little bit and had to come back, and who knows how healthy he was after the injury, but I'm in on Omarion Hampton's upside this year in fantasy. You in on it?
Yeah, it's solid.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a 3-down talent. Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about Jeremiah Love right now in fantasy? I am scared. because of Tyler Algier and James Conner still being on the roster. I think he's going to get drafted fairly high.
He'll be a top 20 pick.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I just think the at-bats in year one at least may not be as much as we're hoping for because they paid Tyler Algier.
Forget about even a veteran in the backfield that competes with him. The offensive line is not great.
Fair.
It's not great.
It's fair.
It's
fair.
It's dynasty. People are drafting him, but not redraft.
No. If the Cardinals had a quarterback we respected, they have a chance to pop off on offense.
You start running a respectable business. I won't have to come in here and hassle you no more.
We brought up Marvin earlier, and you talk about a guy under pressure this year. He's got to be high up on that list, right? Like just based off of the hype and how things have started for him, this has to be a banger of a season for Marvin Harrison.
He was supposed to be Jamar Chase.
Yes.
He was.
Supposed to be a top.
You cannot deny it.
That's what he was supposed to be.
And that is no longer the case right now. He's got to earn it back again. There's risk. He's certainly draftable and will be drafted, but I am totally in agreement with you on this is a prove-it season like no other for him.
Yes, it is.
Now, it's sad because I don't know what quarterback he'll be attached to and how that'll work. I mean, you need that.
And it's tough for him, right? You enter an offense where I don't know if the offense as a whole is funneled through Trey McBride, but it certainly feels that way. And so you're not getting a bunch of targets the way some other receivers can step in there. Like the situation for Carnell Tate, right? Like he's going to stumble into 110, 120 targets, in my opinion, like right away. Marvin's had to fight a little bit of the Trey McBride experience. And then Michael Wilson starts to pop off last year, too. And so, yeah.
Mike LaFleur running the show.
Yep.
I think he's one of those guys that you'd like to have him on your bench. You'd like to see if he can be a flex or a starter.
Mm-hmm.
If you go back, I'm looking at his stats. So weeks 1 to 13, he was top 30 in fantasy points per game. It's wide receiver 27. But that's low for a guy like that people thought would be top 10.
Yeah.
And then in his last 5, let's call it healthy games, he was 13 or 12.8 points per game. So that's low end fantasy wide receiver 1 numbers. It just is.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And then the injuries and all that.
Right. You get drafted 4th overall, and things can happen so quickly. And what I mean by that is things can turn bad in a quick way for anybody, right? You go into a franchise, the Kyler situation's a mess. The quarterback situation is okay, right? When Jacoby Brissett did some decent things, but it all has to come together. You got to do your part. The team's got to do their part. And for him, unfortunately, right now, both parties haven't been able to figure it out and come together on Sundays and present the best Marvin Harrison Jr. that we got to see here in Columbus. Still waiting.
No doubt. All right, Maddie likes when the clock is ticking. Technically, I guess, when it comes to Canton, it's 21 days, 5 hours, 32 minutes, and some seconds until football is back, NFL football. But Dan Fouts will be back. He's the class of 93, and will be back with us in 2 minutes. Rothman Ice on the Fan.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Many of you know that my inspiration for becoming an accident attorney was my brother Tim, who was rendered a quadriplegic at age 18. I didn't know what a personal injury lawyer was or what they did, but I soon did. Tim was treated terribly by the insurance company, and I became enraged. It was a constant delay and deny. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Tim later worked with me for 27 years. Last year, my hero died at age 65. You can see my eulogy for him by visiting mybrothertim.com. He was one hell of a man. Because of Tim, together we built the largest injury firm in the world, and our clients are treated the way I would want my family to be treated. At Morgan & Morgan, nobody is a nobody and everybody is a somebody. If you need our help, visit forthepeople.com on your phone or computer. See you soon, Tim. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Injured? Dial pound law.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
At CEC Turf and Track Tractor, family means everything. That's why we're proud to welcome Green & Sons Equipment's Mount Sterling and Marysville locations to the CEC family. We're honored to carry on the relationships Green & Sons has built in these communities for generations while expanding our ability to serve you with more parts, more inventory, and faster response times. As one of Ohio's largest Kubota dealers, CEC Turf and Tractor is growing without losing sight of what matters most: hardworking people, trusted relationships, and hometown service. Visit CECTurfandTractor.com today for all your Kubota needs.
Day one, the hardest day. The day you hear,
"This is a type of blood cancer."
At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day one. To learn more and get help on any day, visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572.
Rothman Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Gold Jacket Thursday.
Presented by the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
All right, it is a Gold Jacket Thursday, and I got to tell you, when I was growing up, he was the trigger man of one of the best offenses I've ever seen, and certainly pro football history has ever seen. In fact, if you go back from 79 to 82, this guy was bar none the most prolific passer in the NFL. No other quarterback came close to his production. The 16,000 through the air, the 100-plus touchdowns, and more importantly, no other QB had more wins. He was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 93. We welcome back Dan Fouts. Have you thawed out officially from the Freezer Bowl in Cincinnati in 81? I think it's 40-plus years. You have to be thawed out at this point, correct? Or are your fingers still numb?
Well, the fingers are okay until the weather gets down below zero. So keep me out of the Arctic, I'll be okay.
I talked about that offense, that you were the trigger man, that you led. Give me your best recollection of how unstoppable you guys felt at that time and that offense and the evolution of it.
Well, it was Don Coryell's Air Coryell offense, and he obviously, being a Hall of Famer, deserves a lot of credit for really changing the game and changing coaches' minds as to the importance of scoring and scoring quickly and putting pressure on defenses. And giving us as players a tremendous amount of confidence in the system that he had. And it required intelligent players, and we had them. And we had also some great athletes. So it was a perfect combination, especially for me, that he had such faith in my abilities and the way that we were going to play. We were going to be aggressive, and we were going to go after defenses and dictate to them exactly how the game was going to be played.
Dan, I want to ask you about your time around Johnny Unitas. I mean, you're a legendary name yourself as a Hall of Famer, but Johnny Unitas, as you know, is a very recognizable name for a lot of football fans. Take us inside of that time around him and maybe some things you learned from him playing the most important position.
Well, Johnny Unitas, in my mind, is the greatest that ever played. He would be a superstar in the game today. In fact, he might set some records that nobody would ever touch because of his abilities, his leadership, and his passion for the game. I spent my rookie year with Johnny U. For some reason, he took me under his wing and gave me a few tips that really helped me throughout my career, most of them having to do with how to read defenses and read defenses before the ball is snapped, being able to predict what a defense is going to be in, and as far as your film study is concerned. But again, the more important than all the football stuff is just the fact that he was nice to this 22-year-old rookie, and I bought him a beer or two to keep that going. But our relationship was very strong.
I go back, and your time in Oregon obviously was so great. But, I mean, you probably weren't considered a can't-miss guy for the NFL. What do you think you're most proud of your accomplishments, aside from the Hall of Fame and getting there? Because your journey was a little bit of wait and see and bide your time and make sure when you got in there that you performed. What do you think you're most proud of on this journey all the way to Canton?
Well, I think that the fact I stuck with it until, things started to turn around when Don Coryell was hired by the Chargers, and this was my 6th year in the league. And as you said, I wasn't really setting the world on fire. Had no, inclination that I would ever be a success. But all of a sudden, I'm with this coach who believes in throwing the ball and believes in attacking defenses, believes in stretching the entire field, and believes that we can get it done through the air. And because of what we accomplished, we changed other coaches' minds about throwing the ball and being successful doing that. It used to be, as Woody Hayes would say, 3 yards in a cloud of dust was football. But now it's, putting it up in the air and going that way. And just an example for everyone listening is Don Shula, his great season of 1972 when they were undefeated. He had Zonka and Kick and Mercury Morris in the backfield with Bob Greasy. And they ran the ball and ran the ball. But once Don Shula drafted Dan Marino, they started throwing the ball all the time. And now you've taken one of the greatest coaches of all time and changed his mind how to win games from running the ball to throwing the ball. And that influence had a lot to do with Don Coryell.
Dan, what do you think about the trend that we're seeing here a little bit in the NFL with the quarterbacks becoming more mobile? There's obviously the guys that are still attacking downfield, but it seems like a lot of the coaches now want guys that can do a little bit of both. Your thoughts on the transition we're seeing at the quarterback position in today's game?
Well, I think Mahomes has really shown everybody that you can be both, both a pocket passer and a guy that can make plays on the run. But there are very few of those around, aren't there? Mahomes is what everybody wants to have now in the NFL. But he is such a special athlete, special talent that it's hard to find those type of guys. But it's a copycat league, and coaches are always going to look for trying to find success in any way they can, and you can't argue with the success that Mahomes and the Chiefs have had.
You went in with such an amazing class with Chuck Noll and Peyton and Larry Little and Bill Walsh. After your career, you transition into the booth and you're sitting next to, Keith Jackson and calling college football. What do you remember so fondly from those days with Keith?
Well, the first game I ever worked with Keith, the voice, right? And everything that goes with it. He called the starting lineups. He called the first down, second down, third down. I still hadn't said anything. Fourth down, we go to commercial, and he stands there and he says, "Well, Fauci, are you going to talk today, or are you just going to stand there and listen?" And I said, "Keith, I'd rather listen to you than have to talk next to you." But we had a great relationship, a great 4 years together. I miss him dearly because we became very good friends over the years, and there was no one like him. There never will be anyone like the great Keith Jackson.
You're a legendary Charger yourself. Jim Harbaugh has a task now trying to make Justin Herbert a legendary Charger. What are your thoughts on Justin Herbert and this new marriage out there in Los Angeles, on the West Coast, between Harbaugh now and Justin Herbert?
Well, it's a wait and see type of situation, but all indications are from everyone around the Chargers that this is going to work, and it's going to work well because of Harbaugh's track record as a college coach and as a pro coach. So I think that, he's got a quarterback who's got talent coming out of his ears. He can throw every pass possible, great size, great strength. A good kid, a smart guy. And he went to the University of Oregon.
You broke Joe Namath's record. That was something that was unheard of back then when the first guy to throw for 4,000 in a season, and then you get him, and then you shatter your own record. You tore the league to ribbons with your great receivers, whether it was Jefferson and Joyner, Winslow, Chandler. You had a lot. Those huddles must have been fun. Maybe not always agreeable, but fun.
No, they were always agreeable because these guys that you just mentioned were selfless guys. They knew that I was going to get the ball to whoever was open based upon the scheme and based upon what we're seeing from the defense. So a lot of times they would be frustrated they're not getting the ball, but they would understand that, I had no clue myself who was going to get it until the ball was snapped. That was the beauty of the offense, is that we send out 5 guys, and each one of those 5 potentially could be the primary receiver. And that was the most important thing about that Eric Coryell offense.
Well, I'll never forget when Kellen Winslow Sr. said, with Dan Fouts in the huddle, we believed we could do anything. And you did most of the time. It's been an absolute pleasure to talk to a legend like yourself, and I hope you stay well and enjoy football season coming up.
All right. Thanks for having me on.
You got it. Dan Fouts, legendary quarterback of the Chargers, on the Brian Heating Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. All right, Maddie and I combining forces, Wonder Twin Powers activate, and we have with McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion, the awesome people, the great vehicles, the fact that they have the Superstore, and then Toyota just a gap wedge away down the street, and they have more than 200 vehicles on their website. But what we really like, and I speak for Maddie as well, that McDaniel GM Superstore, the people, they do believe in transparency with every deal. I've experienced it. Maddie has experienced it. And you can too, with all of their amazing deals, whether it's the 26 Silverado 1500 that you can save up to $13,000 off the MSRP, 0% APR for 60 months, whether it's the Trax LT Midnight, you can buy that as low as $365 a month or lease it for as low as $219 a month. The Bolt RS for 2027, you can lease that for as low as $375 a month for 36 months. Terms and conditions apply, but it's a wonderful little drive. It's not far. It's well worth it. It's the best car buying experience I've had. I speak for Maddie. He can speak for himself that he's had as well.
I'm echoing everything you guys heard from AR. McDaniel GM Superstore, folks, is just off Route 23 north on 95 in Marion. So get on up there. Won't take you long, and they're going to take care of you. They're taking care of the both of us. We want to expand the McDaniel GM Superstore family with you. So get on up there and take care of yourself.
Chevrolet, together, let's drive. All right, we're going to come back and hit Tell the Truth. Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
Thank you for calling 1-800-GOT-JUNK. We make room for possibilities.
We've loaded the moving van and we're leaving a ton of stuff at our old address. Can you make it disappear?
All you have to do is point.
Can you come right now?
We're on our way.
We make space for hope.
We make space for dreams.
We make space for what matters.
We are 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Let us make room for your possibilities.
We can make your house happier.
And your future brighter.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Hey, it's Austin Ward. Listen to The Beat with Austin and Byrne, now powered by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Get the latest Buckeye news, insights, and unbeatable analysis every day. Don't miss a moment. Stream The Beat with Austin and Byrne, sponsored by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
How many of you have had your garage floor done? I'll wait for the answer. Yeah, that's enough. How many of you think it looks like crap? That's because it is crap. One quick call to Comer & Cross Concrete Floor Coatings at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, and they can install a gleaming new Comer & Cross garage floor in one day. A Comer & Cross garage floor is the gold standard. It's like pulling into a new car showroom every night. And here's the best part. It is guaranteed your garage floor will never chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. And listen, you lazy bum, they'll even take the stuff out of the garage for you. They're all certified uniform pros. No subcontractors at Comer & Cross. This is a premier product with premier results, and they hired a premier endorser to tell you about it. For your quick and easy Comer & Cross garage floor quote, call 1-800-NEW-FLOOR now. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, or go to comercross.com, COMER cross.com.
This is Lieutenant Governor Jim Tressel. If you're driving and take a quick glance at your phone, more can happen than you might think. Because taking your eyes off the road for even just a moment is like driving the entire length of a football field blind. Don't let those few seconds distract you from what's right in front of you. Phones down, eyes up, Ohio.
Join us for Diamond Seller's Wedding Weekend, July 24th and 25th. We guarantee the best price year-round, and Wedding Weekend adds an advantage you won't find anywhere else. Enjoy preferred bridal pricing up to 30% off for 1 weekend only. Visit Diamond Seller, July 24th and 25th.
I need a small order of sheet metal to repair something in the shop. It's not much, but can you help me out?
At Metal Supermarkets, no order is too small.
Wait, really?
Yep.
What about small home projects?
Yep.
For a car I'm working on?
Yep.
Any kind of metal?
Yep.
Cut to size?
Yep.
With no minimum order?
Yep.
How about 1,000 cut pieces of aluminum flat bar?
Yep. Choose from over 8,000 types, shapes, and grades of metal in any quantity you need. And yes, we're serious. Any metal, any size, ready fast. Locally owned on Wilson Road.
At Babs R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement.
As the Midwest's fastest growing 5-star bathroom remodeler, we're more than just transformations. We're a community driven by a mission to bring your dreams to life. Our installation team, part of the Babs R Us community, isn't just skilled. They're dedicated to respecting your home. Each day, they bring craftsmanship and hustle, turning your dream space, no matter the size, into reality. Together, we embrace a culture that values diversity, collaboration, and giving back. From supporting local projects to fostering a workplace where every voice is valued. Babs R Us is more than a company. It's a community of experts. We're also expanding locations to create more possibilities for homeowners across the Midwest. Wherever you are, you'll find us ready to turn your dreams into something you can see, feel, and enjoy every day. Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BAB to schedule your free estimate or go to babsrus.com. Babs R Us, where dreams soak in.
Join our degenerate gamblers Steve Biddle and Scotty Vegas every Sunday morning at 9 for On the Money.
Presented by Krieger Ford, your best bet for a new car or truck. Visit Krieger Ford on Morse Road today or go online at KriegerFord.com. The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Right Way Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Tell the truth with Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by McDaniel GM Superstore. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
All right, before we wrap it up, we'll give you a little bit of leaderboard update. Some unfamiliar names up there. I've not heard of the leader.
What we got here?
Jackson Suber?
Suber? Yeah, that's a new one for me.
That's a name that Obi-Wan Kenobi. By the way, Star Wars almost made the list.
Not a single Star Wars movie made it.
Yeah, it's tough on the trilogies because Back to the Future, they're all good.
Yeah.
Some people say 2 is even better than 1. Some people say Terminator 2 is better than the original. So it's sometimes Rocky 2, like it's difficult. He is a kid from Ole Miss, turned pro in 22, and did make the cut at the U.S. Open 2 years ago.
Okay. First name is what again, AR?
Jackson.
Jackson
Action
Suber.
Jackson. That did not make my top 10 movie list either. But Carl Weathers did make an appearance. So, yeah, he's like I said, he's finished in 1 major, and the rest he never even got into. So that's pretty cool. But he is leading at 5 under.
Okay. Looks like there's some other decent names up there.
Bryson
too.
DeChambeau is 2 back.
Absolutely.
Colin Morikawa is 2 back. Scotty Scheffler is 4 back. No, 3 back. Who else? John Rahm is -1. So he's 4 back.
Okay.
Let's tell you where Rory is. Rory is +2 through 15. So he's probably going to have to play some golf tomorrow.
Tighten up. Yeah.
All right, TLC, take us home.
All right, I got a couple poll results to give you, but first I must say, I am watching a movie tonight. Let the record show.
Oh, what are we saying?
We are seeing The Odyssey.
There we go. Okay.
I got a text last night from a friend. Hey, a bunch of us are going to see The Odyssey tomorrow night. Are you in? I'm in. I come into work today.
It's you and the homies?
Yeah.
How many of you guys are going?
4 or 5.
Okay.
Definitely not 2.
I was just, I didn't know if you were, can't go to the movie with your friend.
Friends.
Will the phone be out at all?
Oh, yeah,
I'm glad you asked.
He is on his phone.
Because here's what I'm planning to do tonight. I'm telling the truth.
Glove box.
Glove box indeed.
Okay, well done. Let me ask you this. Your lady's on board with that? She knows about this plan?
He can't go off the grid for a couple hours?
I'm just asking.
No, she'll be fine with it.
Okay.
Kristen likes independence. Like, she likes doing her own thing.
Good for her, man.
She's not someone who loves being on her phone all the time.
Okay. Just didn't know she needed to check in with her man. If you didn't respond in a certain amount of time, would that be an issue?
But if she knows he's going to the movies.
That's what I was asking. Does she know about it?
She does not know.
I think you should. Maybe
you should ask permission.
Like, hey, ask for permission to go to the movies tonight.
I'm going to be away from my phone for 3+ hours. Just run that by your lady.
She'd love that.
I think she'll. Yeah. But I think she'll also appreciate you just telling her instead of just leaving it there, and then maybe you're in the movie and she needs you for something.
Okay, Kristen. From you said how long is the duration on this?
I think it's like 252, 255.
I think allow a 3-hour window at least.
Yeah, absolutely.
From arrival to sit down to credits to
all of it. Snack line. Are you going to hop in the snack line?
Back to the phone.
Okay, so
I'm
bacon.
putting the peanut M&Ms in the popcorn.
Good man. So wait,
what?
No.
Why is that a goal? Why?
It's all good.
Okay.
Just wanted to make sure we weren't getting a scene out of Diner. All right, go ahead.
Well, there's another movie I haven't watched. But, all right, so from 6 to 9, ironically, I'll be,
there's a boy.
As the old folks say, I'll be out of pocket.
Out of pocket, I don't know if that's an old folks term. Out of pocket is
a little bit. It's a little bit old school.
It's not ancient.
Not ancient, but it's a little bit. You insulted him a little bit. You did.
Yeah,
out of pocket has a new meaning now.
Oh.
And so now the old meaning is I'll be unavailable.
Okay.
I was taught that a couple years ago, and that was news to me.
What did you think it meant?
If you say something that's out of pocket, you say something that's like unruly and out of bounds.
Oh no, I never. That's not my version of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like out of pocket to me is like if you're acting up doing something like you're out of pocket.
Oh no,
that's how
For
I've
old
always
school. It was about I'll be out of pocket. I'll be unavailable.
Okay, so that's why I was saying that it's not that old because the way I know it is, you're acting a fool. You're out of pocket.
Out of line was that for me.
Maybe a cultural thing.
You guys are out of line.
We don't do out of line. We do out of pocket.
Oh no,
no, Rothman does. You're out of order.
Okay,
you're out of order. He's out of. The whole place is out of order.
So,
good luck.
I guess I got to put out the disclaimer for this apparently near 3-hour movie.
Are you in tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
You were concerned? He's going to be out a little too late?
No, I wanted to see whether we were getting some sort of review.
Hey, I was like, you better be home by 9:30.
I did not. Who's planning the show?
You know what? I'll bring my phone to the movie so I can text Jardy and ask him if he wants to come on tomorrow and talk about the.
No, your
dealer
phone's going to be in the
conference.
glove box.
The glove box.
All right.
Very proud of you. That's very nice.
So apparently, I got to ask Kristen for permission to go to the movies.
No.
Leave my phone.
Not ask permission.
That's what you said.
No. I just said you communicate with her.
Is
your
she
plan.
cool with this?
I just know. We got the Tyvus drop in there from the other day. That's kind of like a newer version of the James drop.
I think it was one of those like his brain just blitzed. Like honestly, it was just zzz. It was like we need a hard reset.
Oh man,
factory reset.
It was great.
I sent it to Bob Taylor for it to become a promo.
So maybe we'll hear it down the line.
No, I just want to know if we were going to get some epic recap of this movie.
If you want.
Not recap, but just tell me whether it's worth it.
Yeah, I'll
Should
be
I
interested.
endure this
Sure.
right?
Text me when you're done later.
Okay.
I'm going on
during
Sunday.
the movie.
All right.
You want to have his phone?
Yeah, I can't do it during the
I
movie
know.
because I'm going to be good. I'm going to leave. I got to take out my credit card from the back of my phone, because I got to be able to like pay for the peanut M&Ms and the popcorn. Then we're going to mix it together.
goobers.
Exactly. But I'm going to try to leave. Not try. I'm going to leave my phone in my car.
Yeah. Done.
And so you know what that rules out. If I got to go to the bathroom, I can't do the two hands being used at the same time.
You're going to have to go to the bathroom.
You're out of pocket for that.
Do the business.
I know. I was saying.
Well, that'll leave you another hand.
I just exactly.
Do whatever you need to be doing.
My right hand's just going to be sitting there.
Yeah,
like,
who knows?
What am I supposed to
Who
do
knows
right now?
what else you'll get into in the bathroom with a free hand?
Oh man,
I'm usually doom scrolling, like right above the urinal. You know.
That's funny. Man. Well, I hope you enjoy it tonight.
Thank you.
I've heard it's getting a lot of positive views. So I hope you.
I was ready for that.
Yeah, you had
That was good.
You
That
had
was
your page up.
Oh man.
All right. Anyway, we had two polls conclude. Yeah, we're fast. We had two polls conclude yesterday. Poll number 1: will Josh Allen make the Hall of Fame even if he never makes it to a Super Bowl? And I'm running out of music, so I got to cue that back up.
Run it back, DJ.
I know. Look at this. Blah, blah, blah. Well, we're playing the entire intro all over again.
Tell the truth with Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by McDaniel GM Superstore. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Honestly, the fact that it was McDaniel GM, our boys up there, that's awesome.
Perfect. Okay.
All right, will Josh Allen make the Hall of Fame even if he never makes it to a Super Bowl? Yes or no?
I said yes. I think it'd be crazy if he doesn't get.
I think in this era he will, and he is that universal Matty.
Yeah.
I just wanted to bring up to people that that's usually a line of guys that haven't made it that have been very good if they've never played in that game. That's all.
It's good info.
He'd be fighting history if he did it.
What's the poll?
You're both correct. 63 to 37. Yes, he will still be a Hall of Famer.
Okay.
The more interesting question, I think, which name would be harder to pronounce if you had never heard it and never read it? Mary J. Blige or Steve Eiserman?
I'm going to go Mary won that poll.
I think just looking at the name, it's either Blige or Blige for people.
Yeah.
And then I made the reference that why didn't he just say Blige? But I'm going to say that Mary J. won the poll.
You're both wrong. Yeah. Steve Eiserman.
All right.
79 to 21.
That's tough. There's Tell the Truth for today. We got to go. Common Man and Timmy coming up next. Common Man told me whatever I teased, he has to do. So Common Man now has to rank his top 5 Lil Wayne songs somewhere between 3 to 6.
Enjoy, Maddie. We'll talk to you tomorrow at noon. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We're the highest rated sports radio station in America. There's no joke there. We just are. The Fan.